St. Lucia, who do you think cheat more, men or women?
Women.
Men.
Yeah, I would say both. Both. I will be biased.
I think it's equal. Yeah, is that a fair statement?
Statistically, women cheat more because you can't really catch them.
Can't catch it.
Men stupid with a talk. Women don't talk.
Men or women?
But I believe women, you know.
Men.
Men. From your experience, why would you say men cheat more?
All men are dogs.
Okay. In St. Lucia, which community would you say men cheat more?
The one from Corinth.
Grizzly and Moshi.
Boy in Castries, and those are living by ducks. By ducks.
New York, you have New York, England.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, there you have it. In New York, women cheat more in St. Lucia. Yeah. Is women that cheat on man?
I won't lie, but when you listen to other females, you actually figure out it's females. But from my experience is man.
Women.
Why you think St. Lucian women cheat more?
Majority of solution women are gold diggers. So. Women just cheat more, because Kukutland look Panima. They're so quick. And as a matter of fact, in that young generation, the first generation, say wap. That's the way they is. I believe women cheated more in the way.
If the men wasn't cheating, the women would not cheat because it's payback time. So,
women.
Right. Why would you say women?
Because man can say without sex, but women can't say without sex.
Who cheat more?
Yes.
Cheating is when you lie about it, So they don't have man or woman, it's who lying about it.
Both sexes.
Which community in St. Lucia would you say men are cheaters?
you see the district, I should say, of Grosile.
Castries.
Not sure.
Well, Babylon.
Who cheat more, men or women?
Women.
All right. Why do you believe women cheat more?
Because women always cheat. They go in your phone, they go in everything. So that's cheating.
They are equal actually. But it's just that men are found out more.
Men are found out more.
Yeah.
Why would you say men are found out more?
Because women are calculative. We have brains. We use it.
Who cheat more, men or women?
Well, we have no evidence of men cheating, but we have evidence of women cheating.
When I think about it, I think men cheat more.
Both.
How many women are there to men?
There are more women to men.
Okay, well, your answers is clearly there.
All right.
I think both.
Men.
Obviously, women.
Which community?
Yeah.
No, Castries. Yeah, Castries. I will repeat Castries, see?
My mother telling me check out every woman.
It is alleged that a lot of cheaters come from Bawono. I don't know.
You would say from your personal experience, women cheat more.
Well, to me, I cheat. I'm a cheater. Okay? So I know for the women. I'm a cheater, okay?
Okay, now that's ridiculous.
Okay, Castries. Well, if I say a name of a place, everybody could come for me.
The public sector, all the nice working girls belong there.
Right.
They are the top cheaters.
And slurry.
Boy, I can't give up community. I let's see the whole St. Lucia because all women just cheat. Big up yourself.
17 constituencies.
Why would you say men cheat more?
Because you have a company only just cheating anything. That's why.
Because women like nice things.
Right.
And there are a lot of jackass men.
Right.
They like to give the woman nice things. They like another man to give the woman nice things. So when the woman want nice things, she will cheat on you.
Right.
It just in them. I don't know. God make them like that. Yeah. The men started it and now the women following in their footsteps. I don't know. Both of them doing it. See, both of them doing it.
Right.
You don't have nobody doing it. That one doing it more than that one. Both of them doing it.
Because we both love sex.
Because men don't really think when it comes to cheating, but with women, we think and we kind of like people, but men just do it because they can do it. So it's a little more easier for them to cheat on us women.
They want expensive things like clothes, shoes, cars, and things. We don't have to give to them.
Because it's in the nature. Why you believe they cheat more?
Women full of tricks, and they have man shot it. So.
Man shortage. Okay.
Women, you see lying, women can take lying to a different level. Yeah, women can sit down in front of you and cry and bawl and kneel down and still be crying. Yeah, you can't get a man to do that. You'll catch him.
So let me ask you a question. In St. Lucia, who cheat more, men or women?
But it's the women like You went up like this segmented.
Men.
Men. Men.
Life, men just cheat more. Men are cheaters. Well, both.
Both of them.
Well, women, because this generation now, they're really cheating more.
Men. Man. I would say men.
Woman and a shit boy.
Both.
Depends. Which community would you say women cheat more?
January.
Genuine. Why would you say genuine?
Because all the girls I pass from January, all of them is cheaters. Liars, cheaters, everything in one.
The Valley.
The Valley.
Same.
All districts.
Well, I find castries and girls women.
The Valley.
Castries, I guess.
Them castries men like rum shop, so I believe castries.
But you know the South girls are loyal, eh?
South
Like the castries.
I would say more in the north, mostly in the north.
Definitely.
Ancillary.
Tell me, Mala. Mwe, Kadeshiwe. If I can, I will. Hello?
The voice of the people all around St. Lucia. Drama Blitz.
After our rise, I mean, think of Prado, flat down. Like you see COVID time, everywhere, like all markets, that was one of the biggest Denry segment song. Everybody wanted that song.
If you ask me, I don't think it's just a promoter thing. I think now there is a little bit of an atmosphere like you have to be connected to someone somewhere for either you're being managed by somebody there, I'm not going to mention names, or supported by someone there, or have some connection with someone on top there for you to get there.
All right, tonight on Grown Folks Only podcast, we're going to talk about something Caribbean as the sea, the sun, and the Caribbean breeze. Of course, we're talking about Carnival. It is the season with roots in African traditions coming deep from slavery. Tonight, I'm surrounded by a star-studded panel, and little me, who is not an influencer, I have a lot to learn tonight. We are professional producers, DJs, long-time artists, and current artists. Let's get into it. How did we go from gathering garments and celebrating traditions to a multi-million-dollar industry dominated by certain bigger islands? Today we're talking from a St. Lucian perspective. First question. Can you tell me what makes St. Lucia Carnival unique as opposed to the big islands?
Irvin is Loctor, entertainer, producer, songwriter, artist, business owner, vocal coach. It goes on and on and on. Everything music, I'm involved in.
Okay, all right, good. Thanks.
Selector Twis, professional DJ, traveling DJ, radio announcer. I do a little bit of producing, as well. Business owner, content creator. That's me.
QPid, also go by the name QQ. I would start as a business owner, also radio personality, artist, songwriter. Anything else that I forgot? I'll plug it in a little bit over.
I go by Mica, artist, new songwriter. What I should say, student, mother. Yeah.
Wow. All right, so back to you. First question. What makes St. Lucia Carnival so unique compared to the other islands?
Yeah, like I said, what makes it unique is how we incorporate our culture into Carnival. I always say that St. Lucia has the ability to adapt very well to whatever is in its atmosphere, whatever is around it. We have a very good ability to adapt to it. So we infuse our culture with whatever influences us at the time. And that's what I think makes our carnival unique.
All right, DJ Twis, with your hand on the pulse. I grew up dancing to sessions
Yeah.
from DJ Twis. What makes us so unique?
So basically it's just like A said, our culture, mixing with, outside trends, and, they can't take away our raw, aspect from, St. Lucia Carnival, so we do it a little bit different than other islands, like I could say, but Carnival is Carnival, but what makes you different is how you stand out with your culture, your rawness, your music. So that's basically how I see it.
All right, Ms. Veteran.
Pretty much concur. I just want to add that I think our sound now, to some extent, with our Denry segment and the way that we take a little bit of what we had back then from the other islands as well, and we make it into our own. So I think that's where we're different. But Carnival is Carnival. What I can say about our Carnival for sure, I can tell you it's growing. I know where we started and where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
And we've come a long way, regardless of what difference that we have from our Carnival to the other islands.
Okay, for me, I'm used to the whole carnival scene. I mean, I always wanted to jump carnival. I've never jumped carnival, by the way. I've never jumped carnival, but I always loved it. I love the culture, the vibe, and what I really love about St. Lucia Carnival is our innovative marketing strategies. Now we have carnival ambassadors. The way we take our competitions and our shows so seriously, it shows a lot. St. Lucia has a lot to offer in terms of carnival.
We have a couple of locals on there. They talk about the carnival yet.
Vinci.
Vinci.
Go ahead.
Well, I haven't jumped carnival in St. Lucia since I've been living here, but I've always been interested in trying to jump carnival here. Just picking the right time. You gotta pick your friends, the vibes. That's how it's created for me. Because you can jump mass with any band or the hot band or whatever the case is, and it still not be the best experience because you're by yourself. Or you just randomly meeting new people. So there's that. But on the flip side, I have gone to different events. I have experienced St. Lucia Carnival from a spectator's point of view. And based on all the other carnivals that I have experienced, as well as St. Lucia, I would say that there are a lot of differences in terms of how you guys market your carnival. That is top tier. I actually am impressed with the marketing, and I wish some of the other islands would follow suit on that. In terms of some of the private parties, I would say, anyways, we'll get down to that.
Let's say what you have to say about the
No, I just feel like it's so annoying because in the sense that they're pushing you to purchase a ticket for a party that you might not be ready to buy the ticket for the party for, but you want to go at some point or might want to go. But then they launch the tickets.
That's the marketing.
And I know that's good marketing, but it's also not good for other people who are not one of those persons who like to purchase things right away. Like, I'm not trigger happy. I like to think about the vibe first, and then be like, okay, I'm going to buy my ticket for this. And then when I'm looking to buy the ticket, there's only... Yeah, or no tickets available, all the tickets sold out. And then I'm just like, okay, I guess I should have bought my ticket early.
It's marketing, Michael.
There's pros and cons to it. Obviously, it's a good thing because you get the ticket sales. But
you don't have to worry about them struggles,
What makes you think so?
What makes you think so?
To get for a show, I don't know if I can mention it yet. I don't want to give anybody a free plug-in. I really want to attend.
Put the plugs.
Escape. I'm trying to get anybody can get me Escape tickets.
Ooh.
That's
I'll talk to my connects and see if I can get you an escape.
Okay, well. Yeah, but I do get what you're saying in terms of, the tickets being there 1 minute and the next minute they're gone. But that's
sometimes it's just one day. Like literally one day. If it's a hot party.
So, but the tickets... But
15 minutes is a recording.
But the tickets don't just disappear. People purchase those tickets.
Yes, I know, but they're like waiting for the site to drop. And then as soon as the site drops, like I've been waiting for the site to drop and I'm going online and I'm waiting it's a overload. Sometimes this site crash, then it comes back on, and then all the tickets gone, and I'm pissed. Like,
So is it like a scalping problem with just scalping?
no,
That doesn't happen.
people are actually buying the tickets to go. They have it's supply and demand.
I don't even know what it's looking like up to now.
Sam, I've seen pictures. I've never been.
jump through the window.
So you basically, like parties, when it comes to carnival, people already know, plan which party they're going. They already plan how much money they're going to spend.
Wow.
Villas on lock. So, in a certain time, you cannot get place to stay. You can't get tickets because as soon they drop online, people waiting.
Now, I like what you just said there. These people sound like you're talking about some high-class people.
Not really.
Who is the carnival really marketed for? Is it marketed for foreigners, locals, uppers, lowers?
I think it's market for everybody and anybody because, we're moving in a fast pace through to, internet now. Everybody books online. Everything is, computerized. So now we move from the trend of buying physical tickets to getting tickets online. So it's like now it's a who first come, first serve. But I still say that we're not supposed to forget about the physical tickets, because not everybody could purchase online, and not everybody at the time might, their pocket might not be so healthy at the point in time. So,
Or they're just not tech savvy.
It's just that too. It's just like a balance to it. You have to find the right balance.
To me, I've always felt a little excluded from the carnival experience, but that's the marketing side. As people behind the production of carnival, do you find you're equal stakeholders in terms of the benefits of carnival?
Do I find I'm an equal stakeholder?
Yeah.
Yeah, I find I'm an equal stakeholder because of the I guess the lane that I've created. The lane that I've created for the company, for the business, doing being one of the early adopters of online music sales and online music publishing. We've created that kind of lane where we try our best to understand the business of it and position ourselves for early adopters, to take advantage of what there is. And that's not being utilized a lot. It's not being utilized a lot by other people in the space.
For me, you asked a question about marketing, and you asked who is Carnival being marketed for. And to be honest, I think since Carnival belongs to us, the locals, it's almost like it's not like we have been neglected because it's ours. So we're there, we get to partake in it. So I think a lot of the investment is on the outside, getting people to come in, of course, and all that is in the interest of boosting the economy. But in terms of the ticket issues that we have, like Twis mentioned, I think there is a little bit of neglect in terms of us, the very same people who created this. And I think a lot of the promoters may be absent-minded, maybe it's an oversight. They have become a little bit, I would say it as blunt as possible, almost like cocky or swell-headed, like they don't need us. So the tickets are being published online for 11 minutes. The last time I checked, it was 11 minutes. I tried to so, now there's no you to just come. That is not the point. You understand? You get the tickets online for 11 minutes, and I am almost convinced that it's done in a way where those foreign people get to purchase the tickets before the locals. Because I have friends, and I tell them, hey, and that's outside people in Jamaica, in the US, I say, they would remind me, Q, remember that the tickets are being published online? I'll be like, yeah, I'm there waiting, and they get their tickets, and I can't get my tickets up to now.
Imagine.
So I've confronted a few of the promoters, and they said no. They said, actually, it's not. But then I tend to believe that because I've never been able to purchase a ticket. Never been able to purchase a ticket online.
You try using a VPN? I'm just saying.
Now, one of the reasons why I say I feel like it's marketed to foreigners. I remember when I just started working, I'm making my little $1,000 a month, and I see the price. Why are you laughing at me? I make my little $1,000 a month. Yeah, and I see how much it was 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago to participate in a carnival back in the toys.
Yeah.
What was the price?
I'm not even sure, to be honest.
I mean, back then you could have get a costume like what? Say 600, 700, 800. VIP probably around that range, you know.
I could differ with that, you know. Coming from what people would call back in the day carnival, baby. I jumped carnival from like 6, 7 years old. Kiddies carnival all the way up. And I've jumped Trinidad, I've jumped Notting Hill, I've jumped a few other places. And I remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I could spend $500-600 EC dollars. Go to Trinidad with tickets, my flight, spend maybe another $200-300 EC dollars, get a costume.
That was cheap.
I've seen over the years how inflation has caused it, but then as QPid was saying is that the arrogance that has happened some places has caused people to just believe that they can charge $3,000 for a carnival costume.
Yeah, because people are paying for it. Another thing too.
Hold on. In Trinidad back in the day, even when it wasn't digital, they had ticket hubs that you could go and purchase all the tickets. So they sold all the tickets for all the fets.
Nice.
So you could choose your Hatters, your Girl Power, Syllabia, all those different things. You could just go to a one spot. Now here, I think we have to adopt it because now you still have to hopscotch all over the place to get it. Why not just have one digital site that you could just...
There is. In that event, tribute, was it tribute? 4 circles. Yeah.
4 circles.
But
So-
the tickets are not released at the same time. So
No.
it's not a package. So if you want tickets for that, you have to wait for them to release the tickets. And that promoter would release at a release, have the release date. So everybody have the release date. But what I think he's talking about is like a package. So if you want to buy a ticket for that place, you spend your $1,000 and you get your ticket.
So can you not not pre-order your tickets?
No, you can't. For a lot of the events, you can't. You have to wait for the release date. Me?
Yeah.
She's saying she wants to be treated like a regular person. Okay? She can get her tickets for free if she really wanted to. She doesn't have to go online. And she's specifically trying to draw out the point that she wants to be like a regular person and to show the experience that regular people are actually having. I just said this. I literally could not purchase any ticket because it was sold within 15 minutes. And I'm just sitting there like, what the hell was I waiting all this time for? And I still ain't get my ticket.
I also think another view at this, we can't really tell the promoters, when to release their tickets. But I think they need to take the locals into consideration. So if it is a case where you have a release date for persons who are abroad to purchase tickets, you need to have a release date just for the locals. And I think that also might assist with ticket situations. Yeah.
We have to remember last carnival. Now, in the industry I'm in now, last carnival, correct me if I'm wrong, 80% of the revelers were foreigners.
Yes.
80% of revelers.
That's why I bring that question. Who's
You understand? Now, what I find too is a lot of locals have moved from jumping the maid parade to community carnival because it's more economic for them. They get to enjoy themselves. And what it is actually doing, and this is from clients of mine, they come with the expectation of what they have seen advertised, right? Not understanding that most of the photographers and producers are taking pictures and videos of how we as St. Lucians jump carnival. Now they come through expecting that same energy, not understanding that they're the ones that have to bring the energy. So sometimes they come and it's like, I thought it would be different. They just walked on the road. There was nothing going on. I had to explain to them, well, you are the ones that have to bring the energy. Now, going back to what we said in the beginning, one of the things I've realized about particularly St. Lucia Carnival, the energy that we have for our carnival is very different from anywhere else in the world.
Yep.
We have a rawness, like you said, we have a rawness to us. We have a don't care, give a free, we ain't judging nobody kind of attitude. I've jumped Barbados Carnival, and if you see you get on slightly raunchy like how we get on there, people put their nose up at you.
Yep.
They're like, why are you getting on like that? Like, but it's carnival, you're supposed to let free and let go.
Wow, so imagine me, I used to make 1,000 10 years ago.
You should have jumped together with Carol. when he was doing the $300 things when gas was low.
Now I'm making my little free five. I feel like I arrived, boy. Money big. I want to take my girl to Carnival. She tell me, yeah, where we going? I say, baby, which fete we going to? She tell me, whichever one you want to go to. And I go online and I see some of these ticket prices. And I'm like, how these people going to all these fetes?
They have carnival loans now, my friend.
There are people who take carnival loans every year.
What is
the banks and the credit unions have actively decided to put on carnival.
Well,
loans
for
now.
the carnival loans, where I'm working, I'm actually a loan officer.
Awesome. Even better.
So I'm a loans officer, and for the first time, our credit union is putting on a carnival loan.
What credit union is that?
St. Lucia Workers.
Big
Credit
up you.
Yeah.
Big of y'all.
So as you say, carnival loan. So we have this initiative. People tend to think that the carnival loan is basically just to jump up carnival, but you can use the carnival loan to make money for yourself. So like you purchase drinks, use it as an investment as well.
You can be a producer instead of a consumer.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
So what's the range for carnival loan?
Well, like I said, it's new. It's a new product that we placed because we saw the need for people for the carnival loan. It's running. It's gonna end just now because carnival is ending soon. And what we do, the security is lower, so you get a chance to. But there is a maximum to $5,000. So you have enough to buy your costume, and you would have enough to just invest. Probably go by the side of the road, make somebody buy some drinks. CCC is what, like $5 a day or something like that?
So how do you make carnival loan and back to school?
Let me tell you, where there's a will, there's a way.
So how do you know that they're going to?
How do we know? Well, it's just, like I said, it's just a campaign.
Okay, so you don't really have to.
It's just like
It's just a campaign, but the idea. But we do have a back to school loan and we do have other loans.
I love how you did that.
But basically, there are people that actually save up, for the season. I mean, carnival come once a year. I mean, there are people that plan out which country they're visiting for carnival. Save up from a year before till now. So, everybody already know, all right, that's my budget. That's what I save up. That's my carnival, budget. And that's what I spend for carnival. So when it comes to carnival, they don't really need a loan.
That's kind of where I was going.
Yeah, so it's just like me. Like if I want equipment and they have some new equipment coming out, which I want to buy, I'm like, okay, I make the money, put that on the side. So, when it pops out, I purchase it.
What kind of equipment you purchase in carnival?
Well, you must need your microphones, your headphones, your DJ gear, your controller. You need your cameras and all of that. Remember, I create content as well, so I have fully stacked.
So for me now, I just want to find a nice round bum and dance in the streets, and don't care about who see me.
Yeah.
And then you save up for that.
You have to save up for. You might have to. Big.
I wanna just come in, stick up in, that's my phrase. I'm using it today. Coming a little bit, right? So we talk about loans, we talk about the vibes that we give, we talk about ticket prices, we're talking about everything carnival, right? But I want to talk about our music. I really want to get into the music. I think the music is important.
I feel like you're trying to take some jobs with me being here.
I want the fire. I want the spice. I want to know the challenges, the in and outs, what is good, how y'all making up these songs every year, like what y'all getting these inspirations from. Tell me about that. Let me tell you that. Once it's Lucia, everything nice, everything crisp. We have a special vibe that sorry, Femi. It's the truth. We just have a vibe.
I love the Lucian music.
We
I love
are
it.
amazing. And I am so inspired how persons that are seasoned, persons that are veterans, y'all still come and you don't mind that, y'all are giving the new persons inspiration to follow y'all. Tell me about that.
Well, for me personally, I've been there for a while. I feel like sometimes a time. One of the dinosaurs. And I always say to the young ones, I'm truly, You know, I'm truly elated. I'm truly happy to see artists coming on stage and doing things that, you know, that took me a year. Yes, for me to get. You understand? The thing about it, when I started, we basically had created that paradigm shift where it was Calypso being sung as Soca. They split it up. So we created that shift of Soca. You understand? Soca music. For me, one of the females, you know, doing my thing. I mean, I looked at Nicole David, may she rest in peace. I remember seeing her on stage one day somewhere in Grizzly, and I was like, hey, I don't mind doing that, you know. She was singing for a band. I was like, damn, I don't mind doing that, you know. I always wanted to be an actor. And I can be very melodramatic, so I think I can go on stage and you know, play a role. So I always wanted to do that, and I found myself doing it, but I didn't know what I was doing. You know, Nigel Nicholas brought me on into the whole scene of, and I got absolutely no training. So it's like drop on a stage and then you figure it out. So as much as we were privy to Carnival overseas, Trinidad and all of that, nobody studied. There was not no YouTube to go and watch and to go and watch this. So for me, I felt like it was, it's hard for me to watch the old videos of me performing.
So QPid, just a question directed at you specifically. First of all, you need to tell me how to keep myself looking. Yeah. Like you, that's one. And two, what would you girl, you still have that on you going on the right? Sorry. What do you, because you just mentioned, you know, coming into the music industry, going out and perform, and just being placed on a stage and not having that, you know, that guidance, that mentorship, which is what I think you guys are doing right now. So big up y'all. Y'all are national stars, and people need to understand that. Y'all are beyond St. Lucia. Your music is beyond St. Lucia, and I feel like y'all don't get praises enough for that, but I can only say so much, right? What do you recommend for somebody who is new coming in, who would have to be placed on the stage and would probably experience something similar with what you experienced?
To be honest, the good thing about it is that I see a lot of new artists coming, and it's almost like I don't know where they learn it, how they learn it. You see them using the stage as if it's something they had done already. Like, you know, it's almost like even the younger ones. I watch a few of the young artists, the Soca aspect of the Junior Carnival, and these kids perform like they've been doing that for years. I'm like, where they get that? Yes. So they almost like we directly, indirectly are role models, like you say. So they're seeing what's happening, and they're basically emulating what they see the artists doing. So there's a lot more available for them, so they can go online and look up, you know, unlike us, like there's things that they can go and do. But I always tell the artists, do not be afraid to ask questions. Yes. You know, I feel like, you know, a lot of times they may feel, like they're afraid to approach QPid because, you know, QPid must be, nah, it's not about that. I'm always very, very happy to especially the females,
I can attest to that one.
Yeah, I'm always so happy to help, and I love to see the talent. I have a deep love for talent, and I love to see the talent.
So Nigel put you on stage first?
Nigel put me on stage. Nigel put me on radio. Everything that I mostly Nigel is responsible for.
You know, I was one of the first persons to record Nigel.
But
I introduced Nigel to professional recording.
DJ Twis, I want you to be honest.
Yes, sir.
From when you start to now, you find the music still at the same standard, the same level, the same production quality?
Boy, to tell you the honest truth, you see from back then.
Oh my God! Back when? Back when?
All right. Well, my back then, you know, not his back then, my back then. So I come on the DJ scene in like the early 2000s, but I really bust out like in the late 2008. You know, when I joined Ace and them with Blazing and 758 Studios, and them, there was a part of my success in growing, as a radio personality as well. But from the music back then till the music now, it's like, you see, back then artists used to emphasize, you get more lyrical content, you get some
Thank
of the
you so
more,
much.
you
I'm
get
waiting for that.
you get some.
I'm waiting for that because I hear that one praising, and to me, as somebody that can read and write, I hear some of these songs and they're not holding my interest.
So
I will say it.
So back then you get a little more rawness in the music, you get more lyrical content, used to sing in a kind of storytelling kind of vibe, before. And then, we get the new generation coming in. They're doing the thing. Give hats off to them. Some of the music is really good. Some of the music is not so good.
I want to
But
go
I think some of our new artists, need to get a little bit of education on writing. We have new writers coming up, giving them props, learning. But you could always fall back on somebody that was there before you that know the game to give you a little heads up on what you need to work on. Because now I could say the generation after me is like they don't like to take advice from people that was there before them. So it's like I could say for me, if I didn't used to take advice from people that was there before me, maybe I wouldn't even be like a big selector traveling the world and doing all of this, because you have to learn from somebody. Big up to Summit Sounds, big up to Ace and them. I could shout out to Jessophon as well. There is a big part of me, being a carnival professional DJ on the road, because I was clueless about carnival when I started playing on the road, and they taught me how to watch, my DJing as a business. When I started understanding the business aspect of being a DJ, is just all up from there. But some of the DJs we have now wouldn't take the advice. I don't know why, I can't say why, but hey, I learned from taking advice. So to every young DJ out there that's coming up, that want to do it, take advice.
Let me just think. You mentioned something that was very significant, at least to me listening, right? And is that you grew up by taking advice from a generation before. Now, you had that ability, or you had that exposure. I'm not talking about you specifically, but would you say that when you matured in your craft, that you embodied and brought persons into the industry in that same way? Did you carry on? Did you pull it forward? Did you pay it forward? When I say you, I'm not talking about you specifically. I think the issue that we may have is the gaps that exist because we don't know how to pay it forward.
Yes. So me being a DJ, they have DJs that have brought forward, they have DJs that have brought to the main stage instead of me working, bringing them to, get the experience in what I do. But, there are some DJs now that, they don't take advice. If you give them advice, they look at it like, who's you? Like, who's you to tell me? So it's not basically like me. Back then I was hungry. So I would go to anybody I know that better than me and ask questions. I would go and stand up by somebody the whole night and watch them DJ and, learn from them, but take what the advice they give me and whatever training I learn from them and make it into my own. It's not like I trying to be like them or follow in their suit, but take the advice and turn it into my own.
It's interesting that you say exactly that, because I have had arguments with my elders about that very thing, telling them that they were the ones that went to Jamaica, Trinidad, and recorded all these hit songs back in the day. But we never learned anything from them, right? So there was a gap. There was a period where there was a gap, where the quality of the music, the writing, everything just dipped. And then I was fortunate, I've been very fortunate in my career. I've learned from a guy who went to Berkeley School of Music, and he taught me everything he knew. That's right, Courtney Taylor. He taught me everything that he knew. And we started a company called Ice Cold Productions, and that's how we met Nigel Nicholas and the whole crew. And he introduced the business side of it. So just besides all of the techniques in music production and all that, he introduced the business side of it. And I had to learn it that way without getting the advice from my elders. And I could say fortunately, we managed to help take the music to a very industry standard in a very quick time.
So, coming from you, man with the golden voice, because I have heard you sing, right? Yes. I have it for all of y'all tonight. All of you. I come into you. I come into you. What has been some of your challenges in the music industry, given that you are a songwriter, a producer, and you are a vocalist as well?
The main challenge in the music industry in St. Lucia is the lack of respect for intellectual property.
Facts.
And I always say that. I always compare the concessions that a musician gets to the concessions that, a taxi driver gets. Right? A taxi driver will get concessions before they start doing taxi driving.
Yeah.
Right? And the musician would have to literally prove that their model works before they can get concessions. And
I know you want to speak on your challenge.
And taxi driver does not necessarily hire as many people as one successful musician.
Yep.
So we have the ability to feed other families, multiple families, doctors, nutritionists, writers, photographers, videographers, right? Dancers, musicians, just from one successful musician. Right? That's GDP growth. That's how I see it. And there is no business, no company, no government that can operate without intellectual property. Right? And we don't get that kind of respect. So you find you would listen to commercials on the radio and anything would pass for a commercial.
Yep.
They would take other people's music, steal other people's concepts, and use that to their benefit,
But
and not
isn't
compensate.
that what Echo's supposed to be?
No.
No?
No.
I'll mention it.
No.
I'm very shocked.
No. Echo collects money on your behalf.
Royalties.
Royalties, yes.
But if they collect, don't they enforce or look out for misuse of intellectual property?
No.
You have to bring it up. You have to bring it up. Listen, last year, January, early February actually, no, late February I would say, because it was immediately after, Independence. Was it last year or the year before? Whatever. After Independence, when a certain artist, Ricky T performed in Canada, I think that was last year, Independence, and a few days afterwards I got a letter from my music online platform that the song that he performed belongs to Warner Music. Right?
Well.
Yeah. I got a letter that said that the song belongs to Warner Music, and if I don't prove that I produced the song, I have ownership of the song, then Warner Music will continue getting the royalties. Right? Echo couldn't do anything.
So tell me about the song in particular. What would you do to safeguard your song in the first place, and how can it reach the point where they send you a letter to say the song belongs to Warner Music and look out for your royalties and fight for yourself?
Well, that's the nature of the music business, where the big guys with the big money would bully you into taking your stuff, right? You have to now understand that you have to know the business and document everything, register everything properly, make sure that it's registered properly, and keep all your records. Because if you don't do that, they will find a way to prove that it doesn't belong to you. And I had a fight. I had a long fight. Even I checked a lawyer, and the lawyer asked the question, what's that song worth to you? Right? And that was supposed to mean, if it's worth that much to you, then you'll pay that much to fight the case. I was fortunate again in remembering there's ChatGPT, and I asked for advice, and it made sense to me. And the next challenge I had was getting the records from the authorities that says the song was created in 2007.
A third party witness to say you created the song.
Yeah. There was no website, even called Nigel about it. There was no website in St. Lucia that confirmed that the song was created in 2007. So I had to go to Trinidad, fortunately, because we used the same rhythm and we recorded other artists there, Marshall, Bungie, Fayan, to show that that rhythm existed in 2007, right? And then we fortunately won international Soca awards. So we have the trophies to show, and that website still existed. Got that, got pictures of this, got pictures of that, got letters from here, got letters from there. And ChatGPT helped me write a brilliant lawyer's letter.
Take up ChatGPT.
I agree. Sent all the evidence to them and basically included that this fight that we're going through now is causing me great emotional distress. And and they cannot show me any signature of anybody involved in this song from their end.
That's true.
Right? Because we never did any deal with anybody. The song was stolen by a third party and sold to one.
That's crazy.
And that can happen.
I don't want to take away from our princess. I want her to share with us. Tell me about how long have you been doing music now?
A long time.
A long time? Yeah. What inspired you and how is your journey going?
Okay. American Idol.
Mm-hmm.
There was a year Fantasia one. And I was like, I can do that. And I think from that point, I think I was in primary school. And I think that was the first time my grade 6 teacher realized that I could have sung. And then graduation, I was on there at Compre. I went to Castries Comprehensive. So at Compre, I sang a lot, sang at assembly. I represented the school at some point. A-level, I went to A-level. That's where the real professional thing started, where I met up with this not young man, but Hubert Cox. He had a band called Impact. And I was in my final year at A-level. And my mom's friend told me that, well, since you like to sing, he needs a vocalist. Now, I did not know anything about singing in hotels. So I think about in 2016, 17, about there, I started going to hotels. I went to Coconut Bay. I did Rendezvous. I did that time there at St. James. What's that hotel in the Chasney Hotel? What's that hotel there?
Chasney, Jade Mountain?
No, in Rodney Bay. Coco Palm every Saturday. So that was the thing. And that's why I tell people I strive on versatility. Because I believe I can do more than one genre. So if you realize I did Calypso. Have you seen my Calypso clips? People say I like to sing with soul. And that's just me. I like to sing with my heart so that people could feel it. Some people tell me sometimes they get goosebumps because I put so much emotion into my performances. So I like to think that me just popping up on stage and people saying like, hey, how that girl like that? But they don't know it's been years of experience in the hotels and so forth that has contributed to me giving a performance on stage. In terms of challenges, I'm going to reach right back to that. I did not know anything about soca here in St. Lucia. Like I said, I'm a virgin when it comes to jumping up carnival. I'm hoping to lose that on the road this year. Island Tribe is going to take it. And one thing I admired about them, they reached out to me. They saw the potential and they reached out. There are a lot of big bands. They don't see that in the upcoming artists. And that's what I big up Island Tribe for, because I don't have much followers. People are just getting to know who Mica is. Some people are still surprised saying, "Oh, you look so tall on stage and big on stage, and you're 6'11" in person, and you're 6'11" in person." But it has been challenging. Calypso has been challenging. I can remember for quarterfinals, I had an anxiety attack. Why? Because sister had to learn her song 2 weeks. And we know Calypso have 3 verses, 10 lines, or 10 to 12 lines each verse. And big up to Nadesh Charles, who is my mentor. I'm going out at home. Do that. Do that. So when you're saying the youth not taking advice, I can be stubborn, but I listen because I want to I want to show a difference in my performance. I feel like my Calypso is unique. If you all listen to the song, it's not like traditional Calypso. I tend to think that I put a little, Mica. Once you hear the music, the melodies is structured by Miss Charles and myself.
Give us a sample. Give us a sample. I want the fire tonight. I'm ready for you tonight. Give us a sample. I want to hear what the song she just woke up.
Okay. Look at old man Joe sitting by the corner store. Once was the top for man, now he's got nothing more. When the factory closed down, he's overbooking too. No more pension money, and his mortgage past due. Now people passing by and turn away their face. We're treating this human as a total disgrace. Oh, Joe was a husband, a father with a dream. Wanted to send his daughter to the top of the stream. His clothes are dirty and ragged, his pride on the floor. Let's dig deep in our hearts to reopen lost door. Don't walk by so quickly. Stop to lend a hand. This could happen to anyone in this wicked land. We are destitute at heart. We're bankrupt hearts and our currency's lost. Empathy we lack, we act evil despite the cost. We are destitute of mind. We forget the one's kindness, all those who are now homeless. Eat food at the wake of the man who begged and less. We are destitute, visually destitute. We're blind to the new souls who appear on the street. Use imaginary blinds to the helpless we meet. We are destitute. We are surely destitute. Let's give a helping hand to let them find a way. Be the light of hope that starts a brighter day.
Boy. Destitute.
So my challenges are, when I first came in 2023 with Calypso, I cried when I did not make it to finals because I knew how hard it was. And then I came to think, Mica don't have a name. Nobody does. Who would come and play finals for Mica? But I didn't give up. I came back in 2024, went to finals. I did not make it, but at least people were getting to know who I am. I missed out last year, and people on the street would be like, but why didn't do Calypso this year or whatever? I came out this year. I came out strong this year. I believed I came out stronger this year, but unfortunately, I did not make it. But I'm not going to give up because I do see a crown on my head at some point. Yeah, but there are a lot of challenges for artists, especially female ones. I feel like we need more female artists out there. We need more opportunities in terms of bookings. Oh my goodness. That is where an artist make money because like you said, like they were speaking about royalties. I had to find out and learn things about Echo. I did not know that I'm as an artist would not be getting anything unless it's like a performance fee because I'm not a composer. I am not a writer. I'm not a producer. But this year, your girl has been formulating melodies, and because of, I guess, the lessons and whatever from Nadesh Charles, I was able to formulate Step Out Girl, wind your waistline slowly, hey, turn around, touch the floor now gently, hey, shake it, make your back bend, break it, hey. All eyes on you, don't fake it. Bad girls, show them how you roll.
That's the lyrical content Jason was missing.
Yes, yeah.
Look it.
A story about I know the story about struggle and overcoming and thing, but I'm not hearing about any support from the local institutions, government or otherwise. Is it still where the artists and producers have to carry?
Yes, we do. We have to carry. The only thing is, Yi has been a big help in terms of this year, in terms of getting the monies to produce the music and so forth. So any upcoming artist or any artist that is there, you can go to Youth Economy Agency. So they assist with grants for small businesses and so forth. And I'm as an artist, I did go to them and I did get assistance, and they've been excellent. I was able to produce the 2 songs for this year's Soca, but the challenge is still because the amount of money is still not enough. Because I'm a female, I need to do hair, I need to do this. I cannot come on the stage. You know Lucians already. So there's all that, and sponsorship and getting bookings is really hard. It is really hard. You see the same faces all the time. No fight down to the same faces, but give the upcoming ones an opportunity. You see, like Island Tribe saw me and I don't have much followers on Instagram. I'm just trying to create content and bring out my name. Again, it's consistency. I'm trying to be consistent. I'm a full-time mom. You all know my job. My job not easy. and I do go to school, but because of Carnival, I just gave school a break, so you is gonna see me in September. So there's so many things, so many challenges that I have to face and overcome, especially anxiety. Anxiety is a big one for me. And I feel like probably that's part of the reason why God did not allow me to be in all 3 finals, because I made it to all 3 semifinals. And it was a lot of sleepless nights, not much financial support, but I must say my family has been tremendous in supporting me. My son has been at every single Calypso tent. He even wants to go to Soca Monarch tomorrow. So I'm being reminded every time, Mommy, Soca Monarch tomorrow. So I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I've presented. I met QPid along that journey. I met so many inspirational artists. I worked with Imran last year. Imran and I, with the I Am Soca, that was a big hit last year. In terms of recording, majority of the backups are mine. So if anybody wants backups, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there. And I feel like we should push our female artists, because we do have the lyrical content. We do bring the vibe. We bring everything. We are just as good. Anything you could do, I could do better. I could do anything better than you.
All right.
All right, let's say from.
Hold on 1 second. And before we go any further, I want to make sure that we introduce our newest person. All right. Our alumni, Cassius Comprehensive.
That's right.
Massive.
Comfrey in the place. Big up Finch House.
Big time. Big time. Big time. Big time. All right.
Hello, Finch won this year. All right.
All right. All right. So now that is on the same page. Before we go to you, QPid, I want to just dip in on a little bit of what Mica was speaking about. From my vantage point, and since you're the mic, James, you're gonna start. From my vantage point, I think part of the problem that we have with our music is when it comes to Carnival specifically, that's my personal point of view. I think we are too seasonal with the music. I think, and then we forget our catalog. I think that when we enter 2025, coming from 2024, everything from 2024 is not good. Right? And then you go into 2025, and then you forget that. So all you're relying on is what you have this year. Right? And I think artists in general needs to understand that the power of what you create is in the history that you're going to have down the line.
It's not up to the artist, though.
Well, good. If you're not getting money from that, then you have to go and find a day job.
I think it's up to the artist.
No, it's not. But when you get to
you need the
comment. So I want to hear what you.
Okay, so what I've seen over the years, right, is a little bit of a change. So back in like 2015, I had the privilege of going on a little tour with Sidale, which was from Labor Day. And from Labor Day, he was performing, different events. And at that time, he had that song, he had Pandemonium. Yeah. And that song was doing really well. And at the same time, Teddyson was really trying to break in as well with Ali. Now, while we're doing the tour, it's in through these different venues. Teddyson started to get a bit more forward, and then by the time Miami Carnival came, of course, Ali just blew up. So from there, Teddyson made the rounds. He went to Trini, in like around November, December, and then I was able to go with him in February. He made semifinals for Trini, their Soca Monarch, and then again he brought it all the way through to Trini Carnival. Now, just throughout that whole year of doing stuff with Teddyson and capturing those moments, you could really see that was what most artists were doing. Like everybody was just, okay, from St. Lucia Carnival, you take your song, then you go to Labor Day, you do Miami Carnival, and then you hope that it breaks into Trini Carnival. And it's just like a cycle that you try to get into like the top, songs playing on certain Trini radio stations. But honestly, I find after COVID, it really did level the playing field. That's my opinion. I don't know, there's some experts here that might find it a little different, but I find our music, we were able to, it was a level playing field in that there was no, not much carnival. Everything was online. And then from everything being online, our music started to be seen even more. As a result of that, even before, Denry segment was doing well. I mean, early on when I entered, Ace was talking about Pressure Boom. Like, I saw Pressure Boom in a Miami Carnival once. And to see the reaction of people, like, that song was out of this world. And then even in Trini, the reaction it was getting. But you weren't really getting many more of our songs having that effect. But now, because of social media, because of streaming, like, people can just get access to their songs. YouTube, like, people are like, once they hear it, like, that's what made our carnival really so big, like 2019. And 2020, of course, would have been one of the biggest carnivals we could have imagined, the kind of numbers.
I would agree with you quickly, sorry. Because of that pause for 2020 for COVID, before that, Trinidad had a stranglehold on carnival and music. But then we were the last to close our ports, and we were the first to open for carnival. And that year is when people really saw the energy, like I spoke about earlier, St. Lucia Carnival, and that exposed all the musicians. Because I think, from a consumer point of view, we produce some of the most diverse music and artists in the Caribbean next to Trinidad. I would put us on par with Trinidad, coming from with Mica, QPid, even when Gary the Voice sing back in his day. Like, we have comedians, we have vocal, superstars like you. We have QPid who had music. Rest in peace, Nicole David. You understand? We've had so many. I mean, DJs like boy. I'm sure I can go over a list of DJs that we go through. So going with what you're saying there is very accurate.
Just to piggyback on it. So personally, me being a DJ, traveling DJ, right? Our music, trust me, it's infectious. It would infect you. Then we segment our soca groovy, especially I used to produce 758 mixtapes from since maybe back 2010 coming up till COVID. One thing I emphasize on is, you see, when it comes to 758 Carnival, strictly 758. Anywhere I play strictly local music, because I've been to Trini Carnival. Trini, Dominica, Trini. You go to Labor Day, Trini. You go to Miami, Trini. You go to ATL, Trini. You go to Houston, Trini. You get a little bit of St. Lucia music, maybe split in the middle, Pressure Boom. You will still find that as a big song right now. You get maybe 1 to then your segment. Bum Bum Whistle is doing really good globally right now. And I could say, for us being DJs, we do have a lot of DJs out there repping for St. Lucia. The so-called DJs that's overseas, repping 758, most of the time don't really pull a whole good segment to. You'll get other DJs pulling maybe one to big it or St. Lucia in a party up in a carnival, and that might be it. But we don't have much representation out there, especially when it comes to carnival. Like I say, when it comes to artists, I find we lacking when it comes to artists. I see teams come from Trinidad, Dominica, Grenada, and travel because they have support behind them. When it comes to us, our artists, we don't have much support. I could speak. It's just, yeah, I could say artists here, the lack of respect for artists, I should say here. To me, they need to have a level for, artists here. I think, I don't know, government, whoever should emphasize on artists, put something financially to help artists grow, lyrically, visual-wise, videos and stuff. I think we could do a lot more for our product and sell our product out there to Mica. I travel. If I could reach Ireland and play soca music from St. Lucia by a ship, trust me, and when I play music from St. Lucia, then we segment our soca on ship for people that come from all over the world, because I'm a Christian DJ as well. They come to me like, hey, what is this you playing? I have never heard this type of music before. Where is it from? It's from my country. Where you from? St. Lucia. Is that in Jamaica? No. That's a different island. Oh, okay, I like it. It's nice. It would creep up on you, but like I say, it's the support. And me personally being a DJ, I have had my support from, people that push me. But when it comes to, support backup from maybe the business that would try to, like I would say, the entities that's supposed to help you out and push you, the lack of support. As me being a DJ, I have made my way mostly through people pushing me and saying, Twis, keep it going, don't give up. I'm pushing myself, pushing my head in every opportunity I get out there. Even I travel on my own. Sometimes I pay my flight to go because I make that money back. Promoters book me, they fly me. But I had to find my way by myself as a DJ to make it out there and to stand out like as a 758 DJ. Look, I just did a mixtape for tomorrow for Team Soca, representing St. Lucia and some other islands for them to play on the radio tomorrow, which they linked me like maybe day before and say, hey, we want you to put a guest mix together. So it's a guest. So, I represent my country and other little islands, So I keep it going regardless of, you don't get the support you need. Even now I'm in St. Lucia, I reach out, even before I came on, I reach out to, certain people and say, hey, I send my email, proper email. I do my content creating, I do all of this and that. I never held back, come down St. Lucia, try to get in, try to make it. It's like, who you feel you is? Huh? Yeah. So that, I'm just saying from my point of view, and I see it as, we have so much artists, big up to all the artists doing their thing, but we need to incorporate more artists, not just, this. Like you would go out and you'd find the same set of artists doing the same set of parties. We have artists like, whoa, like we have female artists, they don't get the shine like Keisha K, Kenny, I'm just saying we need to do better. St. Lucia needs to do better. We have our ambassadors, big up to my brothers that, ambassadors holding it down. But I just saying that we could incorporate so much more to the team and make everybody feel inclusive of what's happening. Because, some people be like, I sing and like, I get no support. And, like that just depressing. Like you want to sing next year, some good artists drop off. Yeah, I know a lot of good artists right now, they're singing again, like some Daniel segment artists drop off. Some, I have my boy Crown singing some good tunes, Like, you see him Soca Mona, you see him, but which events? So that's just my personal, I can only speak for me.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
But, all right, let's say the best for last.
You see, I think being around for like 20 years, maybe more, but I'm just saying I've been around. So that means I've experienced quite a bit. where the industry is concerned, and that's why I greatly disagree with that point. But I'll come to it. In terms of you guys made mention of context in terms of what they sing right now, and a lot of the artists they don't. But I think it's just the times. I don't think that this generation has a huge, no pun intended, attention span. So you cannot say too much. You understand? Because they have people who I'm telling you. 100%. I'm telling you. So they make music for themselves. So it might come across as nonsense to us because I tried writing a Dunry segment and it beat me for the Christ of me, for the life of me. I could not write a Dunry segment song because I had to literally try.
I have a question. So we have a producer, we have artists on the panel, right? Is Denry segment on life support right now? Because right now Bouyo is dominating. Even our St. Lucian artists are singing Bouyo, right? Is our Denry segment, the thing that we call our own, is it currently on a respirator? Is it on life support? Is it the bastard child right now? Why are we hearing more Bouyo on Carnival Monday and Tuesday more than the songs that qualified for Soca Monarch finals? And of course, Denry segment. What
I think Denry segment is where it is right now is where Soca was a couple of years ago when we almost neglected Soca, our own Soca, and was just playing Trini Soca. I think it's just a trend or thing that we do here in St. Lucia. And that's why I told you that it's not really up to the artists, because they have artists here that really songs, good content, good material. They put their all into it. They create music videos. But do you even see them? Do they get a chance? And mind you, they invest, they market, they pay for running ads and all those things. But do we appreciate it? Do they get the play? And why not? And before, I work on the radio station, and I can tell you, before I used to blame the DJs and say the DJs not playing the songs. But then I realized to myself, okay, I realize the DJs have a part. And the DJs nowadays, they don't play anything unless it's trending because we have that followers mentality. So we don't play what is trending. But here how they find out what's trending, because we don't have events. Back in my time when I was a full-time artist, I could not get a break. I did not have voice for Soca Monarch because I would be on so many events. When I finish the season, I have more money than the prize money for Soca Monarch. So I didn't care about winning, you understand? Because I was always out there performing because there was always events. And that is how people hear you. Most times a song is sold during a performance. Just now, when you don't get the opportunity to perform a song, people don't even get the opportunity to hear it. And that's why you still get some artists like myself competing. It's not like I really want to compete, but it's like the only platform that there truly is. Where else would you hear my music if you don't hear it on semi-finals, quarterfinals? I put it out there, people meeting me, hey, QPid release man. QPid release this year, and my songs play on the radio. But they don't hear it. You understand? You know where they truly hear it? They sit and perform, and when you perform it, we record it, they post it, and the DJ is now waiting for that, for them to see what song that scoreboy, let me go and play, because they're not trendsetters.
So is Denry segment a life support?
Denry segment is the same place where Soca, just Soca music, have been for this a while. Because that's what it is. Because that's what's all out there on social media. That's what they say. That's what's trending.
There's one thing we forget, quickly, is that when Denry segment first came out, it was very new, very nuanced. Everybody, it was good. But what I think shadowed everything is that there were some artists who came out who were overly raunchy and vulgar in the way, and then you can't get radio play on some of them songs because of the lyrics and the words that they use in it.
That's a good
thing. That was at the beginning.
No, listen, we're talking about radio, right?
When the French adopted it.
Yeah, Jamaica is one thing. Jamaica has dancehall. That's been how it is for a number of years. But here, with that, I think a lot of the DJs and a lot of the radio personalities just probably figured, you know what? We don't have as much that we can play. So it kind of push you to the wayside a bit.
I think I don't think it's because
So let me address, and it's becoming to you in a minute, but I want to address you before I lose it. Right? The scenario that I will put forward for you as to why we have that a bit of a miss in terms of artists getting the opportunity to perform is that there is a part of performing that the artists don't have. They don't have, some of them don't have stage presence, and some of them cannot do as well as what is being recorded and deliver in performance.
No. And I'm coming to it. I'm coming to that part. It's nice and good that we all write music. Everybody has the ability to write music, but then delivering the music for an audience to actually gravitate to is a whole other ball game. And you know it because you know that you started your craft a particular way and you know how you evolved over time. But we have now those instant gratification artists who believe they've dropped a song now and what will command and want to command the same amount of money as somebody who has a catalog of music when they go out and perform, right? I have worked with artists throughout and I always ask that question. You're recording in the studio, but when you go out and perform, you're sounding nothing like what your recording is, right? So what will give you that kind of buy-in? Now, there's authenticity in Denry segment. What you hear in Denry segment is what you get when they perform it. Because it's raw, it's real. It doesn't have, it's not, they don't sing, but it's what you get. It's what you get. And I think that's one of the greatest challenges that we have persons who have their little bedroom studios, they do their little thing, they're producing good sounding music, but when you put them on the stage, you can't perform. So what do you expect a producer? And I'm not advocating for promoters, by the way, because I do agree with you that you need to have more performances for the artists. But I'm saying at the same time, you cannot expect that if that's what your craft is, somebody is going to give you what you need for it. You have to make sure that you have all the parts that you need for it to grow it. That's how I see it.
Okay, so let's take everything that you've said there and go back to my point. When I started singing, I knew nothing. And this is what grew me, the opportunity to go on stage. Because I don't sing with a band. Unless you sing with a band, you're not going to know or master the art. Because when you sing with a band, you get to rehearse. You get an actual mic, you're in a band room, you get to vibe, you get to do your thing because you sing with a band. That's why you get the new artists that's performing right now, especially in the competitions. Those that with the band, they will do great because that's what they do all the time. Because they do it all the time. So you master the art by performing in the band. Now, let's say a new artist, Mica has an experience, but someone who don't have as much experience as Mica, they go to the studio, they do their thing, but they've never performed. And that is my point. There are no avenues for you to develop that. So, just now, I know what you're coming to say. There are no avenues. There are no avenues to develop your experience, to know what you sound like. That's why I say I don't go back and watch my old performances because they sound horrible. I wish I had someone to train me and tell me, hey, do this, do that. When I started performing, I run on the stage, there, and I run back. It took me, I remember Nigel and them telling me, QPid, you have to stay longer on the stage. Go back, you understand? You could never get that from reading or someone telling you. You have to experience those things. And with the events, with the several events, the little shows, the little party in the yard, the little bar having an event there. I'm not talking about big stage, you know. I'm talking about those little events to get your hand on a mic will help grow you. It goes a long way. Go ahead.
When you went to Livo's studio, did Livo let you do whatever you wanted in studio?
No.
When you came to my studio, did I let you do whatever you wanted in studio?
No.
Okay. So, to the point that you were making with the artists
that sound different.
That's
different. I'm not address that part at all.
It is the exact same thing. When the artists come to studio, there's a producer for a reason, not a beat maker. Producer does something totally different from a beat maker, right? A good producer, supposed to have that experience to understand that if the song is in a certain key, that the producer needs to make the artist adjust to a key so that when they get on stage, it's easier for them to project it, yes, and to give you exactly what you're hearing in the recording. And a lot of times that does not happen. There's so much that I want to address. Denry segment. My analogy of Denry segment, I equate Denry segment.
Bye.
I equate Denry segment to rap music in its early days. Not even so much dancehall, because the Jamaicans, in my opinion, all Jamaicans can sing. To rap music was raw. It was whatever it was. It was about social commentary and all that kind of stuff. And then it turned into hip hop when melody was introduced to it. So So you said you spoke about they don't sing. It's fine that they don't sing. They can stay not singing, but they need to introduce melody and better writing. Better writing. Yeah, man.
Writing.
Yes, better writing. Into better writing into. Now, wap babaloo bam the bam bam boom. What's that? Exactly, but it had melody, right? And that's why you remember it.
But people might not appreciate it like that. They like it how it is.
They don't. No, they don't know what they like.
It's
what you tell them.
What you give them.
Yeah, it's what you give them.
Why Buyo kicking our ass right now?
Because Buyo has.
Buyo is the same thing as every segment.
Buyo.
I was wondering, was it different?
Buyo has more melody than we do. That's just it.
I don't think that's
in
why
the
though.
music. I hope you find someone else. What?
We have a song like that as well. We have
in Denver segment.
No, I'm not talking in Dennis segment. I'm not talking in Dennis segment. I believe Buyo is trending when you go on social media. All you see is the.
Yeah, I think QPid has a good point, right? Because and similar to what Twis was saying earlier, right? After our rise, I mean, think of Prado, flat down. Like you see COVID time, everywhere, like all markets, that was one of the biggest Denry segment song. Everybody wanted that song. And people couldn't even find it online. That's how much the demand for that song was, right? And yeah, that was a missed opportunity because I don't think, it's not just, we don't have to even look at government. Like we as a people, we as like whether it's corporate, like how much support did we give Prado to help him elevate his brand as an artist or train him because he was just thrown into international stardom. Right? Now, from what you're saying with Dominica, what I've seen from going to Carnival there and Creole Festival, Dominicans treat their artists like rock stars. Right? Yeah. Honestly. And it's just like Dominica could survive by themselves. Like, first of all, when they go and perform, they get paid properly in country, right? When they perform at the festival, they get paid top dollar. Yeah, exactly. The respect that the Dominicans have for their artists, and no matter what they put out, they know their songs, they support their songs. For me, that's one reason. And then, like what QPid is saying, obviously, because of these songs are so popular in Dominica, everybody's using it, everybody's posting it, and it gets the recognition. Now, like you say, I find that the Danish segment kind of took a dip, but this year, boy, I find the artist doing well. Tally Boy have Danish segment on his back.
Yeah. Biscuits,
guys, biscuit.
Okay, to coke.
Yeah, Mighty. Servants.
Servants.
All right.
Even
we are just trending.
Yeah. Let's say big boys, pro style and them.
Yeah, and Umpa will forever be relevant. Forever be relevant.
DJ Curdell and them, the Denver squad, they're doing their thing this year. This year, I could say Denver segment.
Compared to last year.
No man, are you gonna
listen? That now. I could just say that.
Just that. Twis, one more thing. You know what? One thing I was always watching as well. Every year Carnival, there's a page, Soca Sauce or something, right? And it always shows the trending music. And I'll always be like disappointed when you watch St. Lucia.
It's a bad thing because I seen St. Lucia much. The only song I seen is Bumble Me.
But this year, you're starting to see our local songs. Normally, you watch Dominica, the full 5 is Dominican songs. You watch Grenada, the full 5. But St. Lucians, we're listening to all dancehall and all other things. Yeah. You understand?
No. I just say nowadays from a DJ point of view. You see when it comes to Buyo, I big up Dominica. I have no problem with the Buyo. We now doing Buyo music as well. St. Lucia singing on Buyo rhythms. Yeah. I mean, we in the Caribbean. It ain't nothing in fusing with another,
our sister island.
Our sister island, nothing wrong in that. But now I just feel like when you go out, like I've been out a couple of times, like it's not Like you ain't bum listen, you ain't a little a little mighty, a little thing. Then after you a little one of the top tunes from maybe 5, a handful of tunes from St. Lucia, you ain't a measly bunch of booyah. You know, me nothing wrong in playing it, but I just saying when it comes to St. Lucia Carnival, and I always emphasize that when it comes to St. Lucia Carnival, I don't care, you could take me all back to 99 and give me a John T. Bring me to a Invader. You know, bring me to a Route C. Even give me a Shanty and come down the line. Bro, we have enough music to play out in St. Lucia. Even if we like the Booyah and we like the Trini and we like the Jab, but when you go, like I tell them, you go Dominica, you go a little Denry segment, but you go fully a Booyah. You go Grenada, but in the thing you're testing them when it comes to a Jab. You go Trini. If you hear another island, maybe get a little breather.
Are you blaming our DJs on the road? Because if I put my money to come to St. Lucia to experience St. Lucia Carnival, and I get in a Booyah Dominica experience.
I wouldn't say everybody have a part to play and everybody have a part to take blame in, right? For number one, when you listen to radio stations now here, you know, some, like it's carnival time, some stations might, you know, switch it up to maybe 80-90% local, you know, everything else maybe a little 10-20%. Most stations, you know, you listen to, you barely hearing local music on the radio. You go at the Denry segment, but like to say to give you a continuous day, like you just tune in and you just hearing the tunes coming up. Yeah. It could be the lap west tune, but you never know because a lot of tunes gain, you know, I should say stifle. A lot of tunes getting dropped for the cracks, and we have a lot of good music this year.
But do you think like the loss of G6 has had an effect on like the quality of the music that comes out?
A little, yeah, a top producer, yeah.
It have a little from the audience. Somebody asked, why did the Wire song take so long to become popular, to blow out? I think it took about 3 years. Hit me the wire.
Peter Soca Stars Champion 2025.
I think it's because of Peter Soca Stars. Yeah.
He got to perform it.
Because you see, performance does a lot. But again, when it comes to DJs now, you know, like time we work in radio, we would take music and bring out music and bust out music. There have a lot of songs from St. Lucia we bust out. I bust out a lot of songs from St. Lucia on radio, right? But now they just have to wait for a song to trend to try to, you know, try and play it so what people know, right? And that's the problem.
Okay, being on radio, being a radio DJ and being a DJ in a club is two different things. Absolutely different things. Like Twis was saying, with Blazing, we made sure that our DJs understood when the transitions should happen for radio, and that would be totally different to when they play in the club, right? A radio DJ shares a message. That's the job of a radio, in my opinion. That's the job of a radio DJ, is to share, is to get people to understand what they're listening to, right? Yep. To send them to the clubs. So a new song would play on a radio station. You would take the risk and play a new song on a radio station as opposed to in a club. You have to be really lucky to play a new song in the club and get that response for people to request it and get it.
So, for lack of a better phrase, I don't need the mic. I want to make sure I say that there. You don't think that the politics in radio music is part of the problem? Meaning, not government politics, but the concept that, you know, I know this artist, you know this artist, or you have to be known. Is that something?
No.
I think it's what's trending. It's just what they're waiting for what's trending.
Now, you know, when you listen to radio, you would hear like more of what's trending than you would actually take a song and make it known to the public. You know, it's like before, we used to play, like when a song come out, we had our, you know, new music segment where we only play new music. So you take your time to let it play so people that actually listen and like catch the vibe, and like you would like say, okay, this is, you know, Nigel Nicholas and the rhythm, new song right now, feel the vibe, you know, it's brand new, let's see, you know, so it's you as a DJ to actually sell a song.
So basically, what you're saying is, correct me if I'm wrong, is that before DJs used to make the trends.
Correct.
And now they're waiting for the trends to be made.
Yep.
Here's an example. We all know this song. Got me off the warrior, put the arms right around you. That song only used to play in St. Lucia.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Kid you not.
Only in St. Lucia.
Right? Only.
Yep.
Did not play in Jamaica.
At all.
Played only in St. Lucia. Right? I took that song, I got a female artist, and I did a remix. Why?
Shani.
Oh, you're Shani, right? A St. Lucian DJ who works in Connecticut came to St. Lucia, heard the song on Blazing, came to the studio and said, I want that song, the female version. He wants that song. Went back to Connecticut and he played the songs side by side in Connecticut. He got picked up by Hot 97 and the dude got signed. Got signed to a record deal because of that song. Right? He was surprised. He was so surprised that, similarly or simultaneously, the girl got a call from Universal Records in France. Right? And she got signed to a publishing deal. Right? Because of that, Egyptian gave her a feature, or he featured on one of her songs that we wrote for her, free of charge, for that reason, because she helped him boost his career.
So, yep, that's the one he used to play for real.
And it's all because of the radio. Wow. And no politics involved.
No politics involved.
Yeah. The guys enjoyed what they were hearing. They had an opportunity. St. Lucians liked the song, the Egyptian song, and then they got an opportunity to do an A/B with the male and female.
So let me put on my tin hat. Does payola exist?
Yeah, that's what
Yes,
I was
it
coming
does.
to. But it's not as before, because now everybody waiting for something to trend. Like the DJs, they have no power, and they don't have much power because they're just waiting for what's trending to play. Now back then, the DJs were the ones busting the songs. So if you have DJs busting the songs, you find artists going after the DJs to bust their songs. So that's where the payola was bigger back then. And people used to.
So hold on. Nah.
no money.
So because of that record deal, that publishing deal for Shani, we went to an actual meeting in Houston. All right? And for the record label to put her song out would cost $300,000 US dollars.
That's payola.
Right? That is payola.
Yes. Not what we do now.
Right?
Wow. Yes.
Nobody here has enough money
to
pay a DJ not to play a song or to play a song.
They can.
That would be a waste. It would be a waste.
Yeah,
It would be a wasted investment.
But that doesn't change the fact that the DJs back then did influence what would be a big song.
They influenced. They
Because
did
had
it
that
because
power.
they had the power.
Yes.
They were not being paid.
No.
It made no sense to pay one DJ and not pay the other DJ. It made no sense. You wouldn't have enough power. One DJ would not have had enough power to influence everybody else.
Now you know what I think is the difference with back then and now. We have so many DJs, just like the artists. And if you ask me,
we have we have
button pressers.
We have people that could press a button and play a song.
I used to get on them jokes.
All right.
My headphones. I'm a DJ.
press a buttoners.
Yeah, GGs.
That the value, they have the value themselves because they have so many of them willing to do it for nothing. So they're willing to do it for nothing. They don't know how to do it properly.
That's another podcast. I agree. But, you know, listen. I'm not knocking, DJs now because it's a generation after generation, everybody doing what suits them. But I'm just saying, as a DJ, when you understand the business of it, the business side of being a DJ, then you would see a different perspective. Like me, I could tell you, listen, you could take my phone never touch my laptop. You know what I'm telling you? Because if you would see a different perspective of being a DJ. Like you see Sir Lancelot, HP, Levi Chin, Hyper D. I could call all the names because that's my bros in arms. That's who our team grew up together. We have that bond. Some DJs now don't even have a bond to say like they're bonded, like you could meet together, talk about, push your current. It's always some argument here. That's like recently a DJ and his MC was fighting on stage. What? But for publicity. I don't know. You know, but I'm just saying.
And the same thing applies to the artists nowadays. So
yes.
I think that's, if you ask about challenge that we have in the art form, I think the lack of respect for the art form by the stakeholders, because I think the artists are one of the biggest problems. But that probably should be another episode.
Yeah, another episode.
Part two.
Part two, because let me tell you.
Enemies.
All right, so we speaking about the music and the well, let's call it, do promoters exercise some form of nepotism when it comes to who they book and how they book? I asking that question deliberately, right? Because I don't want nobody try and take our podcast to feel our podcast is BB thing. We're talking serious business. Would you all see from your experience in the thing that there's a culture around who gets to perform at said events, or who gets to perform, who gets privilege entry for events?
And who makes it too?
Well, for me, if you ask me, I don't think it's just a promoter thing. I think now there is a little bit of an atmosphere like you have to be connected to someone somewhere for either you're being managed by somebody there, I'm not going to mention names, or supported by someone there, or have some connection with someone on top there for you to get there. You understand? So because there are limited events happening, I would not call it nepotism, but vested interest. You know, so...
I have a question. So we have 3-4 different sectors in the music and carnival industry represented here. Before, you would get a lot of live bands on the road. You would get a lot of artists actually come in and sing, represent their songs. Now you have DJs come in. DJs who play the songs, also the artists who come. And from a producer's point of view, when it comes to carnival, what do you think has more presence on the road? Live band, DJ, a mix? What do you feel moves the crowd better?
So answer as a DJ? Answer as a regular?
Live band.
So, I mean, I know about, which, like, you talk about a mixtape?
No, on the road, yeah, whatever.
Oh, well,
a
mix
up
it all depends on, like you say, like what the band wants. But you know, live band is great to have on the road, because I remember in my younger days when you see Carnival pass this live band in the place and the place. So live band is always good, you know. A DJ aspect is like, you know, you have your live band, you have a DJ. Because, you know, a live band need to take a little break, your DJ feeling. Some bands just prefer. Well, you know, take that bands and need a little rest.
I used to be on the road with
yeah. Okay, I just say, but you know, them this, you know,
a mix of both.
A mix of both is alright. But you know, there are some bands that just like, okay, I mean, we limited when it comes to bands in St. Lucia. We don't have much bands.
Like live bands.
Like live bands. You know, there are much live bands.
Anymore.
Listen.
But listen, you know
they
that
can afford.
They can. They just choose not.
The amount of money they charging for costume, 10 costumes playing, how many bands?
I think, like I said, I used to do the road. I used to be on the road. When I was on the road, every carnival band had a live band. Every carnival had a live band. Yeah. And we would go from 10 to whenever carnival
finished, 10 to 10.
Both days. And the types of things we used to make the people do on the road, I've not seen a DJ do it. The DJ would have to resort to acting like a live band.
Yeah.
to try to get people to move. Mass on the move is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
I would second that.
Going up on the red hill.
Yes.
Running around the roundabout. Crawling on the ground.
Or making people jump in front the road front there.
I gave you that story earlier before we started filming, and I'll give because Nigel asked me to. I remember back in the day, Burning Flames played here for Juve. And I know some people who were jumping back then. One, Juve, you didn't have no violence. You could have jumped Juve until the sun blazed in midday, no problem.
No problem.
Burning Flames was playing and the truck stalled in the boulevard. Before we used to go around on Jeremy Street, we used to go down in the boulevard, turn around and go back up. The fellas played for another 45 minutes to an hour, and I remember something like the police was saying, like the truck can't start again, whatever, so we might have to end it. St. Lucian's bang started the truck. All right. That's a truck with speakers, generator, and the St. Lucian's bang started the truck. And when they were done, because Burning Flames literally said they tired, because St. Lucian's was not stopping jumping, the energy we have. After they were done, the fellas thanked St. Lucian's because they said they have never felt energy like they did on the road from people like that. And that's fellas that played internationally back in the day. Who knows Burning Flames? All over the world.
I jump in the window to go to
But the fellas thanked that. And I'll take a side note to cricket. I remember the first cricket match we had, and this is just going back to the energy St. Lucian's carry, is that the first cricket match we had, it was between New Zealand and the West Indies. They played 2 one-days in the cricket stadium. St. Lucians were cheering for the New Zealanders. They were cheering for the West Indies. They were cheering for when they out West Indies. They were cheering when New Zealand makes 6, when they make 4. And I knew because my aunt used to work at St. Lucia Distillers, and the gentleman that owned it was from New Zealand. And she went to a dinner, and the guy said they've never heard noise and felt energy as they were there. And the fellas played
different type of energy. The raw. See the raw.
St. Lucians have a
the raw vibe.
Yeah, we have a vibe to us that people don't understand.
Yeah.
I know.
But y'all have a vibe, I ain't gonna lie.
And everywhere you go, in the UK, the US, I've never been to Canada, but every West Indian will tell you, nobody can party
like
more than a Lucian. When you see we're ready to fet, when they feel they could fet.
Not again,
Not again.
Not again.
Everywhere everybody has gone. Everybody has gone that way.
That is true. Everybody
it's talking
No, I don't know. It's as a generation now. Our time.
I have not jumped
no shoes.
Carnival period.
Any of y'all ever jumped Trinity Carnival?
Yeah.
All right.
Jumped and played.
Going back in the day before the band, there was a band called Poison. And that was when the transition came into St. Lucia, like early 2000s, when people started experiencing Trinity Carnival and molded our carnival into what it is to today. I remember standing up on St. James and looking left and looking right, and as far as I could see was just a sea of people. Poison had 15 music trucks.
Wow.
You understand me? Over 20,000 people on the road. That's one carnival band. And back then they had just introduced technology. So one DJ, all trucks playing the same thing, right?
Nice.
And then we brought the ideas, or some of the guys went over, because we had our fets, and they kind of diversified our fets to bring in some of that concept of, there was a party I used to go to called Insomnia. 24-hour fet, 12 to 12. All right? They had girl power. Only female performers. And I remember being in the Oval and looking back from in the front stage and only seeing women because they were supporting the female artists. Some things like that, like you all said, the support we should have as Lucians, support our people. We should bring that into Carnival. We should bring that into the performance to leading up to it. Because for me, I don't jump Carnival anymore because it has changed for me. It has gone from the revelry and the soul-snatching effect that you used to have when you jump Carnival to, like you be saying, like,
commercialize.
A modeling event.
Everybody only care about
I've never
Instagram,
seen
TikTok.
women on the Tuesday afternoon of Carnival looking like they just come into Carnival on a Monday morning. When I jump Carnival, by Monday afternoon, everybody mash up. They have to judge you first thing the Monday because they know by Tuesday you come in on the road on E because you just want to finish your Carnival and organize it.
Okay, so going into more Carnival and pageantry and whatnot, let's talk about the Carnival Queen specifically.
Queens.
Queens. Yeah, we have 2 Peters, but I know they have 2 queens now.
Queens, those bad.
And your guy just died, he had 2 girlfriends.
Yeah, I saw that.
Those
It was on the day of announcement, 2 girlfriends.
Yeah, we might have.
That's one guy that have 2 known girlfriends. They have those guys.
They might have 2 groovy champions, 2 soca champions,
You never know.
2 bands winning
How
panorama.
we reach there? How we reach there?
Well, what I heard that they have introduced, I think as of this year, I don't know why it started this year, if they just introduced it. I don't know if Ace was on the judging. I didn't see your name there, but you look like a judge. But I was told that there is a new digital judging system. So once the judges, before the judges were able to put the scores and maybe deliberate and have a conversation about what they, that don't happen again.
We got the AI channel.
So they put in the score and it automatically goes into the system and that's it.
And that's what's
because
generating
of
it.
that, there's no human side to it where we can deliberate and we can say what you think or that kind of vibe. So I think they said all the scores was entered and the 2 queens had the same score and there is nothing in place. After how many years? Yeah, for a tiebreaker. And they could not create one on that day. It would have been unfair.
Like 15,000 views live stream.
I'm not sure, but why you say that?
Because it's an event, a lot of men take the opportunity to break away from the women. So I figure a lot of people was watching it.
A lot of people was watching, but what they're saying is that the scores are the scores,
Yes,
How to and it's right there. They couldn't do anything.
I have a question regarding the digital introduction of the judging segment, right?
That's for everything, every competition.
Fine, but specifically we're talking about the Queen Show right now. And you said that before they used to be able to have like a little sidebar where they could talk. Before they enter the score, they couldn't have a sidebar as to the score that they want to enter before they enter it.
Hold on, I got a little bit of information because one of the people that was a judge is a friend of mine. Right? And what it is, you're saying, it was a digital system, but you didn't have to enter the score as the person performed. Right? You could have waited, you could have written and tallied, and watch each performer score and then
enter the score.
So you had that capability.
Right.
But not everybody
did that.
Done that.
Some people put it in
So
right away.
did they talk that?
But there's no discussion among the judges. So even though you collect your scores, it don't matter because you don't know what he's entering. You don't know what he's entering. You don't know what the others are entering. So everybody's still entering. Yes.
So that's why I was coming to. Did they not have a discussion with the judges ahead of time as to how the new system work in 1 and 2? That they could have had a conversation prior to entering set score.
To be quite honest with you, I don't want to have a conversation with the judge about how I do.
Yeah.
Judges supposed to be independent.
Yes. No, I'm not saying a full-on discussion, but like say there's 6 judges in all. Say 3 decided that okay, that performance was amazing, and the other 3 are on the fence. The 3 that are on the fence, looking at everybody else's reaction, on their panel reaction, and trying to see maybe someone else probably on the fence too. They don't think to ask.
The way the judging happened as well, I'm not sure for the Queen Show, but remember they always take out the lowest and the highest.
No, they don't do it anymore. Okay, so the system changed. If you realize the pageant had rotating judges, so all scores matter. So that means if you did interview segment, you don't do the talent segment or you don't do the swimming. So there's a rotate. They switch judges. So the need to remove the highest and lowest is out the window.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So they took out all possibilities of biasness.
Right. Yes. Well, yes. So I don't believe that I personally don't believe that any particular bias. I just feel like some people didn't watch the show. I feel some of the judges didn't watch the show. I'll be quite honest.
Well, they just put on any score that they felt
Let me tell you how that system, in my opinion. Just give me 1 second.
Before you go to the system, I know about the system, but the only thing I could say about Queen Show is they have 2 queens. They say it make history, and that is that.
So let me give you my opinion as to what may have happened in some instances. Performer number 1 may have been scored and entered. Performer number 1 may have gotten 10 out of 20. You now come in and you're scoring performer number 2. You juxtaposing performer number 2 as to what you saw in performer number 1.
So now you're judging performer number 2, who may have been worse than performer number 1, and you score her lower than 8, which becomes your new benchmark for performer number 3. So as you go down that line, you know you don't have a fair judging system, because now you will not remember performer number 1 by the time you get to number 9, right? So those systems will always be flawed in that manner. So imagine if you have somebody who is out of the world as number 1, right? And then you have somebody who is, and you score it exactly. And then now you go.
But it happened on the paper system, because I can tell you, when you put all the scores for performer number 1, the head judge takes it away. You do not get to go back and erase and say,
But you remember what you did.
Yeah, but you already put 10 for them. And then the one after was much better, but you gave them 10. So then what you going to do? Except for give them a 10
The
and go.
scenario is saying that performer number 1 was amazing,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want to give performer number 1 top marks.
That always happens.
Right?
Number 1
So
always
you
get the shitty end of this.
Well, most times, not in this instance though. Most times.
My possible solution from day one would be to assess the judges. Right? So you assess what the judges would consider a great performance.
So who is judging the judge?
Who's judging the judge?
How
Other
you
people.
assess them? By having them judging something.
Yeah, you have them judge something, and you assess what they would consider amazing. What is a great dress? What's best in dress?
Judging
You
will
assess
never
that.
be fair. It will never.
No, it will never be fair.
Done by
But
human beings.
you get to understand what the judges would consider exceptional
They'll
in
do
their
their-
opinion.
They'll do their best on that day.
Let's say you go and you have the recording of Queen from the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Right?
And you make
have
them
a
watch it.
benchmark for
Correct.
them to watch it and judge and score accordingly.
But they will do it right then. But when it comes to the real thing, that's where all the emotions and the reality comes in. I know her mother. I raised her. Yeah, so
But that's fine.
on that day,
That's
I give her a little 10. Like, no emotions, everything. We're dealing with human beings. Judging will
is
never. That's why I say the judging.
Now, to me, in a case like that,
Finalize, just accept it.
in a case like that, you have two persons coming up. How do you have a tiebreaker system or a protocol?
Because they said it has never happened in
So they didn't foresee that it could ever happen at all. Like, I'm trying to understand. We're in 2026. You introduced a digital system for the judging platform, and you're trying to tell me that at no point in time throughout your whole entire thought process that you thought of that a tiebreaker would be something that
The
you
thing
could
is that
consider just in case.
I think it has
'Cause you
happened
have to
before.
think-
And a lot of times, but they just probably go at the back and just say, boy, let's see who but because they had nothing to do it, they had nothing to prove it. But now, since it's not digitally done,
So Hannah,
they can do that again. That's what I think. That's what I think. Think. Paradisa, that's what had happened.
two scholarships, $50,000, and what else?
Everything now.
Everything's double.
Everything is double.
Everything is double.
So they're not split. At least they're not splitting it, because that would be upsetting.
Yeah, well, that's the only question I have. That's what I want to know. How do you do that? But at least they're both getting the prize money, their own individual. But one thing I want to see, I want to understand though, is I saw in the statement the minister made is that there's gonna be a reset. So what does a reset mean?
Yeah. Join board and evaluate the judging, I guess,
And
criteria
take it to consideration.
and take into consideration just in case a tie happens.
Another thing too, National Carnival Queen needs to stop saying persons with children cannot enter the show. Okay?
What's up with that?
Yeah. But it has changed for Miss Universe. That is no longer a thing for Miss Universe. So why here in St. Lucia, they have persons.
That's the thing.
Yeah. But that's not good, you. They need to take that out.
Many of my friends who I've known that entered Miss SVG prior to having children. And it was because of that one rule. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's not something that they should consider changing, seeing as Miss Universe now has changed that rule, but it's been a pageantry rule for decades.
I think that rule was put in place simply because of the the way that what is expected of the queen or whatever it is in terms of travel, appearances, everything.
Yeah.
You don't want anything. So, all right, what happened? What if you win Carnival Queen, right? And you're now supposed to travel for the year
The second
to
place
go different
will-
places. Hold on. And halfway in the year, your child falls sick.
The other
The
person
first thing you would do is take care of your child as a mother.
Okay. That's beautiful. I love that. Right? Great job.
I say she not thinking about that.
But, right? I have lived a promiscuous life as a queen. Right? I get queen. Right? That does not count. I can still go up, but because I have a human being that could probably be the future carnival queen, I can't go up.
I don't think that's what they consider. I think they consider the fact of not having any ties to prevent you from
But that's a tie. That's a tie. That's a tie everywhere.
being promiscuous.
I didn't want to go into details.
What you saying, Kay?
You know what I'm saying.
Prevent you from going up. I mean, having a child, I don't think it's you can really separate it from the fact that anything could happen to you as a queen.
Mhm.
I mean, your child could fall sick, but then a queen who doesn't have a child, something else could happen that to prevent her. So I guess that's why they have the second place. I think it's a very old.
Way back when,
It really needs to go.
kinda
It's just like when they had the thing where teachers could not have children. Back then, teachers, yes, you could not be a teacher if you had a child. A long time ago.
You couldn't have a child and be unmarried as a nurse.
And be unmarried, yes. That's all. They need to revamp those things.
I was just about to say, women could not be those jobs.
Exactly. So I do agree with you, and I mean, that's some of the things that can be revamped and taken into consideration.
All right, guys, so, James, nothing on that?
Well, I give my piece. Yeah, I just want to know what the reset is, but yeah, big up the girls. I mean, they did their thing. I mean, yeah, big up the girls.
I have a question for the man behind the lens.
Yes.
Yes. We're talking about carnival and the music aspect and everything. What it is to feature those things from behind the lens, from your professional perspective. Tell us about that.
Funny enough, like I think it was last year, where a few of us were having a discussion about how Carnival comes across, because most times the way it operates is like a Carnival committee or certain persons will come up with a theme or something, and the imagery that comes out for the upcoming Carnival will just be random shots. So let's say I'm on the road, you're dancing, and I take a picture of you, and you and your friends, right? And that might just happen to be an image that is used for Carnival. But I think really what should happen should be a case of persons get together and think, you know what, this is the type of way that we want to, push St. Lucia Carnival.
Okay.
So let's not just say, okay, just the bum wall or just somebody having fun or somebody drinking. Like you literally should come up with a concept and then you go into shooting with an idea of what you want to capture, as opposed to just using past images. You understand? So there's a disconnect there.
Part of the marketing strategy as it pertains to carnival,
Right.
because it's coming from your lens.
So it shouldn't just be myself. It should be graphic designers.
Mhm.
It should be videographers.
That's right.
It should be, even if artists are involved, everybody should be on the same page as to, okay, this year, this is the theme, this is the direction we're going, and this is how we want to portray our carnival, right? Because right now, the competition is so tough, right? Dominica's carnival is doing so well because their music is doing well. Grenada and Vinci are on the rise, so much. And I mean, no disrespect to anybody, but Vinci and Grenada have better airports than us, right? We have better accommodation, but eventually, if they start to catch up with accommodation, what's gonna happen, right? When 2019 or so, right? If we knew persons coming for Carnival, they would come, say, Vinci Carnival, then fly Lucia Carnival, then maybe go Barbados or Grenada. Now persons are choosing where they want to go because flights are expensive, things are expensive, our accommodation, we're outpricing. Even persons are like complaining about the price of our parties as well. You know? Yeah, yes, the foreigners are complaining because the foreigners are complaining because they're seeing if they like you go to a Mecca like Trini and you're paying 500 US, but what you get for 500 US is worth it.
So what's
you know?
worse in pricing? Our promoters and the carnival events or Massey?
The Massey comment you can direct to Mia Motley. Yeah, I think she answered that this week at CARICOM.
Now, as much as Vinci have a better airport, I remember the time I went to Vinci and only show me was just an airport. But
that's your fault, fam. That's your fault. I don't know who you was running with, but they was running you wrong. Okay? That is your fault. Because we had 32 islands for you to see. So that's your fault.
Anyhow, I want to know how much of the carnival product actually benefits St. Lucia. Because when I see most of the costumes, don't they come from Trinidad?
No, China.
China.
Yes.
Mass producer. Really?
Yes, they made in
So
China.
you tell me the Chinese making hot over still, not even in carnival making money?
Well, not they making money. The person's ordering it from China and selling it to us. Say, you know how much a carnival costume?
Probably €5 and they selling 500.
It's not $500.
It's not 500.
Minimum you might get.
You're not even reaching backlines. No, that doesn't exist, my friend. Not even backline is 500 US.
You remember you're selling an experience again.
Yeah, but it's what you get for that money. It's not only time you get, it's the experience and the process.
That's a stakeholder right there.
So Mr. WaveMaker, look you. So looking for 3,500 a month. How I enjoyed myself and I have
1 month salary for carnival.
1 month salary. Save.
To answer your question,
Jason, don't shop at Massey, that's why.
To answer your question,
your initial question about who is Carnival marketed for. Carnival is marketed for who wants to go to Carnival.
Yeah, that's what you know. Who wants to?
Who wants to? You can't make people.
If you want to experience it, then you have to.
Yeah.
You can't make people.
Who can afford it?
Who could afford? But you can't make people.
So you're not saving this the investor there.
Yeah. So if you don't, if somebody don't want to come, right? If somebody don't want to come, then they don't want to come.
If you want to go to Europe next year, you have to save to go to Europe next year.
Actually, no, to be honest, but you can have a good time in Carnival. It's just that what the feds you choose to attend, because they have feds for like 150 EC.
What fed is that?
With no bucket.
WTF?
You know,
they have feds for 150 EC.
You know, sometimes the expensive feds.
It's not always the best.
It's not always the best feds.
Exactly.
You know,
So
sometimes
your
you don't.
recommendation for feds this season?
They have affordable feds. They have a.
Let me tell you.
No, my boy,
you want me to be. You want me.
Soccer Fest 185 EC, guys. Tickets still available at the sale.
No.
185.
Listen.
185, yeah, they have affordable feds.
Let me tell you.
Canal Branch this Sunday, 150.
Yeah. They have. Disaster.
Yes.
Exactly. They have.
They have. So it's what
Fetland.
you want.
Yeah, they have good feds
They have
coming
good
up.
feds. If you want to go places like 5-something feds, you see, then you have to take a loan.
You check it.
But your little 300 and how much is your salary?
3,500.
3,500. You can fet and still have at least $1,000 left. You can get a nice costume. They have bands. Do not go to him at the back there for recommend a band because you may have to give you.
Let me tell you, every.
What they have? What they have?
Yeah, day two costume.
So you jump one day?
Only day two. Yeah, so there are people out there want to do day two. So basically, when the calendar pop out, every day have 2 to 3 events, some have 4. You just choose every day.
But Twis, you know what I'd like to see? More parties around the island, like next week. In the heart of the carnival, yeah. Like, have a party, a big party, and go head to head with an escape or with a breakfast fete in the south. You understand? Yeah.
I'd also like to see more fetes than brunches. And I think that's why we have kind of killed the whole
Yeah, too much
energy.
brunch. Everything is a brunch.
Every fete is a...
I just say that every fete I've seen people come from that's not a brunch. So like Blocko, all those things where it's back to the old, you just got free up. Everybody enjoys.
Everybody enjoys.
All the
Those are the
brunch
best
and
ones.
breakfast, there's people like,
And then they complain after.
They don't vibe.
Because they dress nice, so they ain't going to mess up the
They play to do their face.
But when you go and you know you're going Blocko, they having powder, they having mud.
Yes.
You're going there to get to see, you're going there to let go and enjoy yourself.
And again, you would enjoy community carnival. See, when you go to a dennery,
yes.
you go to Soufre, you go Mabuya, sometimes even Viewport, you see community carnival.
And it's big,
the vibes, let me tell you, the vibe of the events around it.
Old school.
So, our carnival up north, nationwide carnival is top tier. It's top tier. But you see, when you go to community carnival, if you want to feel like a real
Cicero as well, man. Big up Cicero.
That's where you will get. Yeah, man, Cicero. How you mean you're going there?
Cicero is rebranded.
They are the big carnival, Grocery Carnival. Man, community carnival doing really good.
But funny enough, you say that, like exactly what you said. You see, like Sidale and HP and Certified's party the other day, HYMC. Yes. The energy in that party. Yes. I was just like, and I think that was missing since Cooler Fets, gone. Yeah, people just needed that, and you could literally see like the really fun people just enjoying themselves.
You know the top thing about that party? Strictly local.
Yes. Yeah. So I think the promoters have a huge part to play in it, and I have said to some of the artists, if there are no avenues, we probably need to start to create our own. You understand? Yes, we need to create our own.
Because they have a lot of private events, and I believe that we should do, instead of studying. They have private events. They have people coming down and doing events. Do our own events, put events together.
Yeah.
Like I say, like events companies and Lucia, you'll have a lot going on, but I feel like we could brand some events, Lucian type of events, where you actually get your sponsors on board, whoever on board, and you get your artists on board to actually have St. Lucians actually closing their own shows.
Yeah.
But hear that, why we need sponsors and all these things? Because I remember we used to have some nice house parties. Like
house party.
Why not? All now, so I seen inside of here. Inside of here taking a house party.
Mommy might not like that because we might about there.
Serious. House parties back in the day was
that was a thing.
When you leave a house party, you have to ring your shit, remember?
Yeah, man.
You have to ring your shit.
I always give people that story. That was 2005, the last time I really considered myself being a real threat. I was inside a million. Don't ask me who. That bring me million. I can't remember who bring me. Who tell you?
He knows.
That's when I was talking about wine slow. That's what slow. When this shit I took off on my back, never made it back in the house. Because it stayed in the corner of the house, outside. All kind of people up on that area.
Your mother tell you, don't bring that inside.
No, but house parties used to be the thing. Let me tell you, people used to have a house party and invite you, but at the end of the night, there are a whole bunch of strangers in your house. Endless people enter in your house. Endless people enter in your house.
Let me give you a house party.
Let me tell you cool out.
Let me give you a house party story. So just graduate from school, you check it. I say I have another thing with my partners at home. Right? So house party swinging.
My mother, I don't know what the woman doing inside of the room though. She's supposed to be out, but she in the house. The woman in her room, she had a glass of brick. She come outside. Next glass that brick there, everybody going at the home. So everybody calm, everybody cool. Okay, fine, no problem. She had another sound. Blah. She come to put everybody out, right? When she looking now, man, God rest his soul, stand up inside of my house, a big man, I tell you, a big man, right? The man not my age. The man not nothing related to me. The man just had the music playing from outside. The man come to my house.
Boy.
You want to decide, I not.
Everybody leave my house. Oi,
You hear that? Honestly, it was embarrassing at the time. But that just show you how epic house party used to be. Because, boy, that's back, you missed the cat.
No, that's like the Sean Paul video when the grandpa come and say, it's a black man.
But I went to a house party once. I got invited. It was a birthday party, and when it was time for the birthday girl to cut the cake, somebody stole it. Nobody. Oh snap! Oh snap! Stole the cake. Some of the drinks and they left it. Yes.
But that was bad.
That would come to about the whole production.
I want to know how nobody ate that cake gone.
Let me tell you, and there's a one DJ. I have to give his props when it comes to house parties. DJ shit.
Oh, make me bring my
Yeah, man, DJ shit. I had to give him his props on that. When he come to house parties, DJ shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's something we can bring back, house parties.
So, yeah. So yeah, this one's go out to WaveMaker. You said something earlier about photos and carnival and just being something that was just put up. Has there ever been a situation where maybe something was put up and you get contacted or whoever's get contacted and say, well, we didn't consent to that, we don't remember that, what's happening here? Like, take that down.
Boy, all the time. Like before, I used to post all event pictures on Facebook, right? And then Facebook ended up changing like their regulations, whatever, and like basically says like they literally own your photos. So after that, I stopped doing that. But like when I was initially doing that, or like all the time. Like first of all, the ticket says you consent to having your image taken, right? That's like once you buy a ticket, most tickets have that in the fine print. Like same way when you go to jazz festival as well, you're given permission, like you see it on the ticket.
Yeah, it's a public space.
Yeah, for your image to be used for promotional use, and of course no refunds, right? You agree to those terms when you buy a ticket. It's the same with parties as well. But of course, sometimes people will contact you. Now, the tough thing is if that photo or something is doing very well, and then somebody's like all of a sudden, delete that because maybe somebody at work or they weren't supposed to be there. So in a situation like that, it's just basically discretion. So, sometimes, most times you delete it. But other times, you'd have a discussion and be like, are you sure? Or, I don't like how I look in that angle or something. And, sometimes it's my job. I'll just say, no, you look good, man. You look fine. And, just leave it there. But it has happened. But I feel like,
You always lie to them.
Well, I was about to say.
I ain't gonna say lie,
They have some photographers that will put up some very unflattering pictures or videos of people on their social media platforms.
100%.
And yes, it's getting a lot of likes and all of that jazz, but in the comments,
100%.
they'll be hitting at the people about what they're wearing, how they look, all kind of thing. As a person myself, everybody here in here is a person. And I have insecurities about certain parts of my body and what's not. If anybody was to comment on a picture that was posted that I did not like, and I asked the photographer to take it down, and they refused to take it down because they said, oh, but it looked good and it gets a lot of likes and comments. But the comments are not nice, and my picture does not look flattering.
But what if it's the opposite? And we took the picture, you love the picture, you're like, oh my God, send me that picture. And then I post the picture and you love the picture. You even make that picture your profile picture. That's how much you love it. But in the comments now, it starts to get some negative feedback. And then all of a sudden you want it taken down. What would you do?
What would I do in that instance?
Honestly, I don't know.
Just to add
on what James is saying, because sometimes it could be the other way around. Because it's like my wife just posted a nice carnival photo she took from 2024. And it's like, it's a nice picture, a lovely picture. But there are some, ignorant people that would come and just post some nonsense under the post about, she not St. Lucian and about what she wearing. And the picture is a nice photo. So it could always be the other way around.
But did your wife post it? Or someone posted it of her?
We posted.
Exactly. Take off the comments. Because I ain't trying to hear that negativity. Seriously.
We don't. No.
Like, that's my
So
thing.
we don't study comments because we do content creating.
Right.
It doesn't bother us. We don't. But I'm just saying it could always be the other way
opposite
around.
Yeah,
because
I get what you're saying.
what the cameraman captures, right, could just be something beautiful. But just because they have a little bit of haters, some people that may not like you. Well, you might see me in a picture like that, and I might like that picture because that's banana.
Job.
I could show you a picture of me like that,
Right, let me tell you, I don't feeling myself in the fete. I say, yeah, that's you. No, that's not me. I say, yeah, but let me pose. And then I see that come out.
But that's a nice picture. You know why?
Yeah, man.
It represents what Jab is about.
Yeah, the rawness of it.
Now, going to that, do you all think Carnival has become too sexualized?
But it's always about
No. I find now, okay, I'll tell you why I asked that. I had a client once that said she came here and she went to Carnival and she met some guys from the US and they were dancing, right? And the guy just from behind hold her by her neck and started grinding on her. like, what the fuck are you doing? And hold on, and the guy generally was, I don't know, that's why I see them doing on the photos and the videos. Not understanding the concept of Solution Carnival is that grind is that grind. No, hold on. And then a lot of the other women, because we have 50 women here, a lot of the other women say, yeah, they finally go in the fest, they want to get a dance, and the fellas just have a mentality that they come here to fuck.
Yeah,
they don't come in here for Carnival because of how they see the content online becoming more sexualized and more raunchy than just appreciating the beauty of what Carnival is with the rhythm and everything.
I honestly don't see, I would not say there is a big difference in terms of the whole sexualized concept of Carnival back then and now. I mean, except for the fact that it has become what it is now. It's like that for a while. The skimpiness have been there for a while. The white brass there for over 10 years. It's been there for a while. Even the song and those things have been there for a while. I
remember when Thongs first came, everybody's like, what?
Yes.
But Thongs been in Trinidad from his 90s.
Exactly.
You know?
So, but I think maybe in terms of behavior, maybe the persons, I don't know where they saw that, but
a little bit of all of
I don't see people grabbing people in St. Lucia by the neck here.
What?
I know somebody would definitely be passed out on the road if somebody got someone.
One of the picture they posed was Twis and his wife.
Exactly.
Crying and holding and giving out.
But a random person looking at that would then know.
They look at it like all the pictures that they posting are similar.
They get the wrong
image would be
that's their fault.
That's what Carnival is.
But then maybe it's the marketing and not the raunchiness or sexualized nature of Carnival in us.
I think as well, what you always have to do with anything, so whether it's a party, whether it's Carnival, you have to control your content, right? In St. Lucia, it will just give out media passes, and you have no control of the content. And you don't know who gives out the content, and you cannot vet anything, right? Like one thing I saw Dominica did, right? And Nigel, I sure you know, when you apply for your accreditation for Creole Festival, they give you a deadline to also share your content. And if not, you get blacklisted, right? I don't think we have anything in place like that, right? And as a result, I've literally been on the road for Carnival and I've seen people like, as a photographer, and the kind of angles I see they get in. I remember one just for fun launch at Gatey, and there was a girl and the way what she had on, where the guy was positioned to take the picture of her walking down the runway. I was just like, yeah. And so said, so done, flash on, head on. Yo, like,
But James, it's art was important.
yeah, but that's no. Yeah, but that's where you have to control. You have to control your content as a band leader or whatever. Like, you cannot give media passes to everybody to take pictures of people in your band.
See, it's part porn. That's what it is.
Have you seen what plays on the national television?
But that's the thing too, because again, I mean, the camera might just be positioned there, but
Carnival,
you know,
yeah.
that's it. You just showing up.
Yeah, they like to take out. They like to take out. Yeah, the video.
They give the angles. They focus on the raunchiness. They focus.
I remember one year on the Bumble wall, the Carnival one passed, and all you could see was Nyash.
But that's Bumble Wall.
That's all you will see.
That's a
because
Bumble Wall.
the fellas, yeah, but the Bumble Wall is like
It's not bum.
Yeah, but exactly.
But the cameraman.
No, literally, right? Anytime when you're watching the carnival, right?
Yeah.
Just watch the amount of fellas with their cameras, their GoPros, and they like that.
So they have
You understand?
they have two different.
Yeah,
they have
that's just-
photographers and they have Malmacos. That's what nice good there.
But it's the Malmacos have they have the feed for the national broadcast.
Right?
What is the best picture can you take out from the Bumble Mall? If not, nah.
Nah, honestly, right? There's been some wonderful, if you want to call it that, pictures where you could get the angle, confetti bursting. You see the joy in people's faces when they're on top of there. Like these people, right? Like, I think like last year there was a ladder, and like the fact that they were able to climb on top of there, they felt like beautiful about themselves, confident, and you could see that identified in them in how they were jumping up with their friends. Of course, you had some others that they just put their backside and they just, right? So I think there's kind of two angles. You could get the beauty of it because it's beautiful women in one location, and this is, a celebration and everybody's happy. But of course, you could go low and you could get angles and you could see different types of
Nash.
Yeah. So it's all about perspective. It's all about perspective.
But that's what I'm saying. It's given. I feel it's given the wrong image because there's not a balance.
Yeah.
It's leaning more towards that sort of media.
I agree with you.
You understand? If you could go online and get both, you could be like, all right, so that's the rowdy set, that's the normal set. But if everything you go online, you just see is bum, nyash, grind,
because of
all kind of things. You're like, boy, go in there and just get laid.
In defense of the cameraman too, right? Sometimes we are just walking and I'll be like, let me take a picture of you. And as I go to take the picture, the girl just turn around and next thing she put in it. So and I was just like, no. I was like, I'll be like, turn around. No, turn around. Turn around.
The issue is what's broadcast on television live.
Yeah.
Because with your picture, you can delete that picture.
Yeah.
Right? What's broadcast on television live?
That's history now.
That's right.
Yeah, that's history.
And to be honest, not that many St. Lucians take part in St. Lucia Carnival. Take part in it. A lot of people stay at home and watch it with their children, right? Being influenced by what they see on the national television.
That's true, boy.
And what they see on the national television is mostly nash. All right, so
That's the word of today.
So where do we see Carnival going in the next 5 years? Like, what's the next innovation? The last great innovation, what you all said, was a radio signal connecting all the trucks to be one band. And then they had the COVID pandemic, which within challenges bringing everything to a more digital platform. So what's next with Carnival?
We need to bring back more entertainment
to Carnival. Yeah, more
local.
More local entertainment. You see, because remember before
the trend is going, it's not sustainable.
Yeah, it will look like it will take a dip.
Yeah, I agree.
I just believe if we continue on that path, we will take a dip. I'm being honest. Dominica climbing, Vinci climbing, Grenada climbing. There are other points, Senusha. I would go back to 2020, like 2019. But you see, 2020, by February, you couldn't get an Airbnb. You couldn't get a bun that accepting more people, by February of 2020.
No rental, nothing.
Nothing. St. Lucia, Yeah, St. Lucia was completely booked out by February in 2020. COVID. But you see, right now, I just believe we need to get back to the more raw vibe in St. Lucia, where we used to go back to our party in the yard, our cooler fest, our line jam. I mean, Valaville was a vibe, was a good vibe, you know, because I play on the truck, it was a good vibe. You know, like all these little vibes we used to have before Carnival, you know, I think we could revisit and revamp it. But you know?
But the Marcellus Square. But you know what I would also like to see that they do, like probably bring Soca Monarch back to where it used to be. Where you can go into, no, not in terms of venue, but in terms of date, where you can do the Juve. Because I think it takes away from the before we used to do that thing and then go straight into the Juve. So it's used to look forward to the Juve.
I think it used to be, it used to be, I feel it was it? It used to be Panorama. It used to be Calypso, Groovy and Soca.
It
I mean,
disadvantage the winners.
Yeah,
actually.
And OECS.
But some of the winners still don't even. Okay, I've heard that, and I don't even want to go too deep into it. The week before Carnival is events. Now listen, so just have a lot of events. Most of these events don't have artists performing in them. If there were artists performing, I would agree, but they don't.
Yeah.
So when they both.
They do perform.
How many artists and on those shows? I could tell you the shows that have artists booked to perform for the week before Carnival, you know. Apart from Color Me Red.
I agree with you 100%. But I think we're looking at it as a disadvantage now, as opposed to saying, okay, that's the situation right now. Let's see how we could make it an advantage. So, if you know national competition happened the week before, right? What needs to happen now is if they don't have parties for the artists to take part in, let's see how we could make sure that the promoters understand that you need artists on this thing.
Yeah.
I think that's how it.
But who's a foreigners?
Who's paying for that?
Exactly. Who's paying for that?
Most of the promoters is foreigners.
So
a lot of the parties
paying for that.
A lot of the parties is foreign.
So tell me, how does that benefit us, the artists, by pushing us back? Where before, at least. I mean, I understand that, you know, they want to give the event, I don't know why, a chance. As far as I'm concerned, the artists are the biggest stakeholders in that.
So,
and we have to benefit, you understand? A lot of us, okay, I made it to semifinals, and that's it. That's the second time. I am not complaining. It's the second time in my entire career that I have not made it to finals. But that's it. That's it. That's it, y'all. That's it. You understand? Semifinals. Even those that performing at the finals, come Friday, a lot of them, that is it. They're not going to be on any other stage. They will not get that foreign exposure.
And that's a
hold on. From what you're saying there, and I could attest to that. A lot of my foreign clients say that they come here expecting to experience local artists, and they come in and see or hear the same artists they see in New York.
The same song
everywhere
in Trinidad. And they pay so much money to come here to have a St. Lucian experience. But when, like you say, when you go Grenada, it's Jab. When you go Vinci, it's Vinci. When you go Dominica, it's Buyo. When you go Trinidad, it's Trini songs you hear.
But Carl, head out the events the week leading to our carnival, because remember they shifted Soca Monarch, Calypso Monarch. That's this weekend, right? So the week before our carnival, you have foreign promoters and you have foreign DJs. So the people that travel to experience our carnival, they're not getting our local DJs, you know. The headliners for those events are foreign DJs. You understand? And they don't even need local artists. You understand?
But I said and those foreign DJs playing the same music.
And they're the ones promoting the events from overseas. So they have a carnival crew that follows those DJs everywhere they go. So,
and I don't have a problem with that, Nigel, except for I think that they should include include the locals.
Exactly. So how else are you going to play the music that needs to be heard?
For it, like Izzy's asking.
Or why not have the foreign DJ? If not, you want him to be the headliner, but only have local DJs before. So even if the foreign DJ only plays the normal music, but you have all DJs and them.
Yeah, but again, the problem is not about who DJing. To be quite honest with you, I don't think nobody cares who DJing. To be quite honest. Oh, no. No, listen. Let me rephrase it. I'm not talking about it from the perspective of the type of music. I'm talking about it where we should champion it for artist performances. What I'm saying, I get you. But what I'm saying is that I think you want to make sure that you get artists, whether or not it's a DJ playing or not, you get artists from St. Lucia to perform the music. I think that's what you're advocating for. That's what I'm saying. So when I say it doesn't matter the DJ, I didn't mean that it doesn't matter. I'm just saying that you have to take in consideration the ultimate goal is to make sure that local performers get an opportunity in the event.
Since they moved the competition back to accommodate those events, because that's what I take it for.
That's how they do it.
Yeah. But who's that?
So maybe, as opposed to just having your that's back in the day when you're at NG Soca stage, that's a whole different story, back in the day. Right? When you finish your carnival season, you as the artist or the group or the tent that you may be championing under, right? What preventing you all from creating something for artists within the event scope of St. Lucia Carnival?
What's stopping the artists from having it?
No, the tent. Okay, for example, I don't know what was it? Is Ultimate Soca tent that's the one now? Yeah. Right. So let's just see. They have this thing National Carnival competition, right? So you have those things almost like you're running two events or whatever it is. But nobody's thinking from a tent perspective, right? Let's put something as an event for locals within the span time of the events.
You see what happened for some promoters at that time. It's very risky because we are talking about events that already sold before they even.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I understand the risk. But what it is, if you all have the artists already buying into the idea that we own it, as opposed to a promoter promoting y'all, but y'all buy into the idea of having your own, it will change it.
The only thing I would say is that I just think that we as St. Lucians need to do better as individuals to support ourselves and support our own. You see, the lack of support we have when it comes to us, that's a problem.
How do we change that?
Like I said, to me, we change that doing better individually and doing better as people from a nation that needs to stop putting negativity out there on one another, stop fighting on one another, stop acting like because somebody doing better than you, that's a problem. Stop judging.
So do you know how Trinidad, I'll use Trinidad and Jamaica too, is their music is so prevalent in the diaspora?
Because
how
to me, to me, in what I'm seeing is like they band together. They have togetherness. The artists moves together. The DJs moves together. The people another one forward. Those that they have backup, right? They have people that in the the bigger heads push and they have support.
And they can afford to do that because it's not seasonal.
The diaspora understands business. So the Jamaicans in New York would hire the Jamaicans from Jamaica to come here. Similarly with the Trinidadians. Right? In Canada, all over the place. They support their people, but to their benefit. Right? To their benefit. So they would hire the hottest song from wherever it is, understanding that in St. Lucia, how many people do you get for an event? Like the biggest event, 4,000, 5,000 carnival events. In the diaspora, you can get 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Right?
In a different currency.
Well, you say that, guy, but you spend dollar for dollar. You spend what you earn. But they had the advantage of numbers, and that's why I said earlier on the amount of people that participate in carnival here is a tiny number compared to the amount of people that we have here, or even compare that capita for capita with Trinidad. Let's say 20,000 people in one band. You don't have 20,000 people on the road in St. Lucia.
But that has happened because of the expense of carnival too. You know, a lot of people have stopped going to fetes and
when it was cheaper,
more expensive.
When it was cheaper, we did not have 20,000 people. We didn't have 20,000 people on the road in all of the bands.
But not only the bands, but fetes and all of that too. Like the whole carnival.
Yeah, the combination of all of them, you probably have 20,000 if you add up all of those numbers. But in Trinidad, one fete is 40,000 people.
Well, Trinidad big,
right? It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game.
Yeah,
1.something million. Yeah.
All right, so
it's a numbers game.
We have to wrap up. But before we do, I have one thing I want everybody to do. Right? Those that see the Northern Carnival. When this episode ends, Soca Monarch would have happened already. Calypso would have happened already. Panorama would have happened already. Right? I want predictions.
I can't predict what I don't know. I can't predict what I don't know. So I'm going to take this one out.
One prediction. My camera ready on this.
I predicting, eh?
I was having a discussion about road march. And I honestly am unsure about road march because I am a musician.
Yeah.
And I love melodies. Melodies are what drive me in music, emotions, all that kind of stuff. And there is a lack of that in the music of St. Lucia. So I honestly cannot predict road march. I just don't.
At this point, to me, Bum Whistle has it.
Well, but
it's crowd response.
Now,
road march,
crowd response.
But I see road march for like in the early I would have get like last month I say Bum Whistle, but I see now Peter Soca stars. And if y'all I don't know if y'all watched it on TV, if y'all watch the crowd they carry. You see Biscuit, even that it is okay to okay. Let me tell you. And you know, we Lucians, we like the shit. We like the shit. So we like the shit. So you know, Bum Whistle is like a front runner, but there are 1 2 songs that could actually creep up.
You make a lot of sense. If what's his name, Top Chef can win road match with no woman, no carnival back in the day.
So you could, you never tell.
My brother didn't win road match just because of that was boy Lucian's like a stupidness. Listen, Mr. Viking.
So I would say yes.
If
I said that Mr. Viking.
One second, I want everybody to make sure
that was the whole song.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you about the road match. I have a competition and coming up this weekend.
We don't know.
We don't know. That's what it is.
We don't know. It's a prediction.
The most I can tell you, Groovy will be tight. Groovy will be tight. Soca, I can't tell you, but Groovy will be a tight one.
Who do you want to?
For me, I see Groovy. I see it's like you said, it's tight, and I see at the top 3, I see Ricky T, I see Devon, and I see Alpha. I also see Sly in there because I know Sly is a little bit mysterious. Like, I think he has the performance thing unlocked, so it's just a matter of coming out and doing his thing.
Stage presence.
Yeah. For the power, excuse me, Ricky T, that we didn't power. Remember I told you that. For the road march, I heard everybody talking about Bum Whistle at the beginning, but I don't know. I'm telling you that Biscuit song. That's what I had.
What's a Biscuit song?
I think that song have a lot of. It has more in terms of variation, so you don't get bored on it. Like it'll say one thing, it'll have you doing something, and then it's saying something else, and then it's saying something.
So the trending times of the girls are fighting all the time now.
Yes.
tune in tomorrow 3 p.m. Team Soca. You go ahead, man. Come down.
James.
My prediction, groovy. I feel the same way Trump was able to organize the red card rescinded for Balagan for World Cup. We're gonna have something happen, and Sidil gonna come back and insane. Gonna be in the, yeah. So something's gonna happen. I don't know how, but yeah, Sidil have to come back and perform insane in the final, right? For power, boy, I love Ezra's song Salute. That detonate rhythm, that whole detonate rhythm is crazy. Yeah, yeah. That's heavy. But I love Chevy J's song. That is the fella's anthem. Sorry for the summer. Even if she crying, she lying. That is the anthem. Yeah. Yeah, man.
The most popular song
Yeah.
Shelly J own, but in terms of power soca and performance, believe me when I tell you, come tomorrow. You remember when I tell you that?
Tomorrow is
When
a
Ricky
battle.
T is on that stage tomorrow,
Yeah, you can never underestimate the boss. Never. Yeah. And road match. Road match is biscuit this year. Come on, man. Yeah.
Ajodha, final question, everybody. Who is your carnival goat in terms of music they have produced over the years or performed over the years? Who's your carnival GOAT? Yeah, Lucian goat in carnival music. Doesn't have to mean that they won Soca Monarch or road match. But who's your carnival goat?
Ace.
I say Ricky T.
yeah, for me it would be the same.
I say Ricky T.
Ricky T.
I'd say Ricky T.
I think
Very diverse.
yeah, diverse and consistent.
Even if his songs have one, his songs are catchy. They always play. They'll
I was
always
just
hit.
about to say, I do find the song catchy. I will give him
Just
that.
about to say that. I'll give Nerdy his props.
See, you see Nerdy.
She
Just now, let me just say that. I respect Ricky T for one reason. Ricky T is someone, I always tell people, if you like something, you have to put your time, energy, basically your life in it. And that's what Ricky T does with his music. So that's why when people say things, whatever, you know, people even say, you're always giving Ricky T so much props, whatever. I respect him because that's what he have and he respects it. And he takes it serious. And then it shows in his work.
Yep.
And another person I see doing the exact same thing is Nerdy. Nerdy has
They're related, right?
evolved, pardon?
They're related, no?
No.
Nerdy.
And he is taking his craft on a different level. I mean, I think I'm one of Nerdy's biggest fans. I love Nerdy vibes, his music. He went and he come back and
Yeah, I don't know.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years. I don't know what water he drink in them 2 years. But now cocoa bread Nerdy, I know boy. Them that come back there and he going strong
Big respect to those two artists.
Ask him, he will tell you. It took those 2 years for him
to learn his craft. Yeah.
Yeah. But to say GOAT,
Yeah.
GOAT is a heavy title.
Thank
so
you.
I feel Nerdy will be a GOAT or the GOAT, right? But right now, it's Ricky T.
What about
Ricky T,
Invader though?
right?
Nobody mentioned Invader. What about Papa?
Boy, I know Ricky T.
Yeah. Why not Invader? Why not Invader? Papa Vader? What? Consistent from the 80s, 90s to now? Yeah, GOAT, GOAT, your GOAT, yeah.
I respect the argument. No argument about that part. But when you have to think historically about soca music, they have no way you'll turn away Invader.
Yeah. What?
Invader went to Kings of Kings. Invader went to Kings of Kings with Walk on Wine, you know. Remember, you know how hard it is for you to make it to Kings of Kings?
Yeah, man.
What's Kings of Kings? What's that? Sorry.
Is that
Yeah,
Kings of Kings in the tournament?
we don't have a good. What's the thing? In the States, Mount Rushmore. We can have a Mount Rushmore. We can have Ricky T. We can have Teddyson, Invader. Yeah, you can have. Yeah, man.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
man.
so in my Mount Rushmore, you have to put it that way. Ricky T, I will put Invader for sure, right? And we need 2 more heads, right? 2 more heads, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 more heads.
They say 2 nowhere low rates we have.
You know, I try and think of 2 others. I try to think of 2 others.
I think I could give
Consistency
could call
is
like
key too, eh?
John T, you know. I could give John T.
John T.
John T. Yeah, you see.
Not a period, not using all the time.
No, John
I
T.
mean, but I would give him his props, man. For me, I would put him up there as an artist.
Yeah, if we're choosing 4, he'd definitely be.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard that album with Bubble is? You could listen to that entire album, track for track.
I want to hear is good. Who is good?
Is good.
You know the funny thing about it? To me, Ezra not this.
Ezra? No. Ezra no good status. Ezra has nothing to go status.
Remember, God is greatest of all time.
I'll tell you why.
Let's just be clear here. Greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time.
He might be greatest of this time, not all the time. Okay?
Yeah, get there, yeah.
And I think that's why you said Invader.
We said the good ones in the beginning.
You never know the people in the
Invader Ricky T.
Yeah,
that's it. Invader Ricky T.
Yeah, to me that's it.
I stopped there.
No females, Nicole, like.
I mean, Nicole was
Nicole
great.
have a props, yeah.
Yes, Nicole had a good run.
Yeah.
Nicole had a good run.
Good run.
But she did not. Invader and Ricky T have had classics the majority of the years.
Yeah, with facts.
Especially Ricky T have been consistent.
The consistency.
Consistency.
That even if you fall off one year, you come back. And you hit it.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's.
But to me, every year he's had a hit.
Yeah. And even when you have a song that's not so great, when he perform it,
he makes something of it.
But no offense, y'all don't care for
what?
How to put it in a nice way. Someone could come with a song with the greatest lyrics, perform it amazing, and it still be considered shit at the end of the day because it's what the crowd response cares about. And y'all like shit. So, no, not in that way.
That's
you know what I mean? Come on, man. That's true. I'm being honest. There's songs that don't even have proper lyrics and it's literally one flipping line. And everybody's like, oh my God, yeah.
But I think we need to do a wild card for Soca.
Who's that?
All right, so let's close this episode with a twist and DJ Twis. Close tonight. Huh? Close it for us tonight.
All right. So you don't know this is grown folks only. Selector Twis, representing. Big up to Ace, QPid, WaveMaker, the whole panel, everybody in the crowd. Don't remember. Stay tuned. Look out for more episodes. Look out for more vibes. We talk the real shit around here, okay? Ain't no fake. And nobody does it better, right? Right there.
Yeah. I feel like you belong there. You belong there.
I love it.
You belong here.